All right. Welcome to the other morning show, folks. I am TruePowerIsMine. I have Dimebag Darley in the house.
Hey, everybody.
And what is today's date?
Today is September 21st, 2018.
The year of our Lord.
Yes.
And today's guest, all the way from Maryland, folks, is Dr. Jason Nichols. Do you have his bio ready for us?
Dr. Jason, Professor, get that right. I don't want to mess this up.
Okay.
Professor Jason Nichols is an academic and artist with a range of interests, which includes Black masculinities, hip hop and dance, bullying amongst emerging adults, Black and Latino identities and relations. He is a full-time literature and African American studies department at the University of Maryland, College Park, and was the longtime editor-in-chief of Wood Beats and Life, the global journal of hip-hop culture, the first peer-reviewed journalist of hip-hop studies. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Thank you, and welcome to the show, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, prior to the show, we had a nice little conversation, and I want to continue this conversation with the world now. All right. Tonight's show, we're going to focus on solutions. We all can see the problems, and thank God the listeners on this program, they're already caught up to speed on all that. So we're going to go past that, and I am once again so thankful for Professor to share his time with us this Friday. So without further ado, do you have any questions?
Yeah, we'll go right on in since we got an educator on the phone.
Yes.
And we were having a conversation prior off air about the lack of educational opportunities with young Black males in our public school system. And it was one other thing that really struck me when I was looking at a lot of the data, Professor, and I read this one article. It was explaining like even programs for gifted kids, even if a young Black male has already proven that he qualifies to be in this program and would succeed being in this program, he's 2.5 times likely not to even be put in that program. So that's where I get it feels like most of the time when you're a young Black male, it's basically all you're doing is just trying to survive and stay out of jail because you're at a loss right from the beginning.
Right. Yeah. So we had something actually out here in Maryland, in one of the more progressive areas, where say you had two students, one, they both had maybe a C average, and you were able to take honors courses or college preparatory courses, and they would skew the white kids towards the white male students toward the college preparatory classes, and steer the Black ones toward remedial classes, even though they had the exact same grade, because there was this perception that the Black student had less potential for growth.
Mm-hmm.
We see this all the time. This is something that's been happening historically, and a lot of it comes through some of our unconscious or implicit, I won't say unconscious, because I think sometimes people are conscious of it,
Yes.
but I would say implicit biases that a lot of people have, even Black administrators and Black teachers have about Black male students. So, I think that one of the things that I think needs to happen, there are people who challenge that implicit bias, but I think we really do need to train teachers not only in, the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, but I think a lot of teachers also need some kind of multicultural training so that they know how to teach students of color and that they recognize the potential of students of color and don't try to hold them back. This is something that's been happening for far too long, and we know that that Black male students in particular, so this isn't just racial, it's gendered, have been held back because people don't believe in their potential.
Right.
And so it's time for teachers and teachers not to just think, oh, well, this kid is going to be a great athlete, but also to recognize that this kid could be president of the United States. Obviously, right now, the president doesn't have to take a whole lot of intellect, but at least our black president had a lot of intellect, and so I think we have to really, really make an effort. And the one thing I will say to your audience is, black parents, you have to be vigilant about your children's education. Don't expect the school system to do it for you. I'm right now at a friend's house. I'm here in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. And now there's a small black community out here. But you think here in this area where we're about 20 miles from both Maryland and West Virginia, in this area, there are going to be teachers that have their biases. In this area, you get Klan flyers passed around regularly. Literally, the Ku Klux Klan is very active in this area. So, do you think that some of those teachers aren't in the Ku Klux Klan, or at least have family members, or haven't been taught by those same people and have the same ideas about your son or your daughter? Now, eradicating them is going to be really difficult. What you can do is be vigilant. Say, no, my son is capable of taking an honors course. My son is capable of higher expectations. And most will never going to treat my son as if he is not capable.
Yes.
So I think that's where we as parents need to really take a stand and play a footstep.
Yes, doctor.
And another thing I found that I have a son, and I know how my son was when he was younger. Now he's much older now, but when he was young, that little dude from the time he woke up until the time he passed out for the night, he was at 100 miles an hour nonstop. And I know even with my son, he wasn't even getting adequate time at recesses, because little boys have a lot of energy, and they don't get, if they're not getting a proper amount of time at recess to burn some of that energy off, it's hard for them to even sit still in those classrooms to even learn. Not that they're not capable of learning, it's just they got a lot of energy. And I'm starting to see that even more and more with more and more younger kids that's coming up now. The males have a lot more energy.
But that energy is being effeminized. We have the Tyler Perrys of the world. We have the RuPauls of the world. We have just little soft, moist brothers of the world making all the bank now. They're the ones who the doors open wide for them and they can come strolling in. Whereas if you're a strong alpha male, you get in there, oh, hell no, you ain't going to put on the dress. You're not going to go along with the program. They're going to usher you side door, exit left, okay? So that being said, can we all not be in agreement until we fix this economic thing? Because a lot of this stems directly from the 70s welfare programs. As long as the man's in the house, sister, sorry, you can't get help. But as soon as you get this raggedy motherfucker out, you can get all this and that.
They was doing that. They was doing that stuff before the 70s.
But can we recognize that economic benefit to not having this dude in the house has directly contributed to a lot of our young men not having the guidance that they need and deserve as human beings in this world?
Right.
All right. So the economic solution to that, honestly, is to set up programs that benefits the brightest and smartest of us. I'm not talking about this giving, this whoever $20,000. No, that's retarded, because all that's going to end up doing is going right back in the system, and the individual will be no better for it. But we can certainly have, dare I say, collective or socialized programs or incentives for people to develop their own brand, to develop their own record label, to develop their own food, to develop their own healing techniques. And all of this will be subsidized, quote unquote, by the federal government, just as the federal government subsidized Boeing. The federal government subsidized all these other defense contractors. And not only just defense contractors, but also in the private sector as well. The internet that we are enjoying right now, directly attributed to tax dollars in the development phase. But do you see how it's been subverted? Now with net neutrality, the private corporation gets all the tech and you guys got to pay for it, you fools. We got to quit being so mad and start being what's in our collective interest. And I can't speak to everyone in the world because we do not have one true world government. We only have our nations, which is basically our cell blocks. So all I'm saying is it should be in our best interest to ensure that the descendants of the slaves, the descendants of the native indigenous peoples of North and South America should not be left to the wayside in favor of robots, in favor of genetically improved human beings that are coming down the ladder. All right. You think that this DNA...
So what do you think about, Professor, what do you think about automation?
So what element of automation? Because when I think about automation, my idea is that they're gonna, or at least, what I've read about automation is more about, jobs, and the fact that, a lot of jobs that used to be done with human hands are going to be mechanized.
Yes.
I think that honestly, there's no way around that. That is coming. That's in the future. Capitalism is not benevolent. What capitalism is about, and of course we know the roots of capitalism in this part of the world, and actually for the entire, now industrialized world, the roots of capitalism is slave trade.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, when you're looking at capitalism, which means it's about exploiting human labor.
Yes.
But once it becomes not as profitable to exploit human labor, they're going to use machines because it is cheaper and gives a bigger bottom line.
Yes.
And again, I know it sounds cliche, but we all know the story of John Henry. And we kind of thought, oh, that wasn't going to happen.
I'm sorry, Doctor, but would you please share that story? Would you please share that story with the listeners?
Sure, absolutely. So, it's the old legend about John Henry, who was a big, strong, strapping man who laid railroad tracks, and he was able to do it faster and quicker than any other man. But then they came with a machine that could do it quicker than he could. And he ended up working until he actually died there on those tracks and still couldn't outwork the machine.
Yes.
So again, there was a lesson in that story that eventually this mechanization and automation was coming. There's no way, to avoid that. The only way to avoid that, or to make sure that we keep up with it, is for people who are sensitive to the needs of certain communities, people who are usually the ones who do a lot of low-wage work with their hands, is for our people to start, their own businesses. Now, again, I would say, I think you brought up a couple examples. If you go out and learn a skill, carpentry, plumbing, HVAC, those are things that are never. If you're not the doctor, lawyer type, if you want to work with your hands, there are certain skills that you need. And I think that, if college isn't your lane, then starting your own business can be your lane. I know lots of guys that I knew growing up who make more money than I do, and they're master plumbers.
There you go.
And they're carpenters, they're electricians. Those jobs are still needed, and it's very difficult for a machine to do those jobs, contractors.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that I know is that bringing guys, to help fix my house, and a lot of them are not black. I think what we need is more black businesses.
Yes.
That take advantage of those markets that will never be mechanized. It will always need a man's hand. And certain things that I can't go in and explain to a machine how to fix the light fixture in my house, or how how to install, two-step lighting in my kitchen. I can't explain that to a machine.
Or how to install that crown
molding.
molding.
Right. Exactly. So I think, for people who aren't necessarily looking for higher education, and there's a lot, trust me, there's a lot of money. Anybody's done any kind of kitchen remodeling or anything like that.
Yes,
there's
sir.
Tons of money.
Yep.
In those kinds of businesses. And, one of the, I will say about our brothers, our Latino brothers, is that, a friend of mine, father was undocumented, was an undocumented Mexican immigrant, came over here, started a construction company, hired other Mexican immigrants and Salvadoran immigrants, and everybody spoke Spanish, so, they weren't really a Spanish speaker, but it was hard for them to even employ you, even if they wanted to. And it's a thriving business, and they pay their workers really well. And those guys get hired who are literally fresh into the country.
Right.
And I think that's admirable. So I think we need to also find that same format where we hire people from our community.
But doctor, on that note, I have to speak to it. We did have that. And what happens when Mr., like you said, when dude comes in with, 100 guys, they all speak Spanish, they can undercut me as a native born that I had to pay my guys a certain wage. I had to live my certain self. So let's just take a typical drywall job. It should only be like maybe $4,000 to $6,000. These cats will come in. I can do that same job in like half the time because I have this massive manpower over here for like 25, $3,000. Boom. That just hit my bottom line as a Native American, meaning I was born here. I was raised here. This is the only culture I know. And this guy is, like you said, he is undocumented, right? So if something jumps off in this country, do you think he's going to pick up arms to help defend America? Even if you believe America's worth defending or not, do you think that he's going to pick up arms and help? He's not. He's going to bail out and go back to his land, and we're going to be fucking destroyed. That's what's coming to us.
Brother, I disagree with that, and I'm saying that as somebody, again, just a little bit about me, I have some, I have to put my biases out there. I have strong ties to the Latino community. And I will tell you, a lot of my friends, one of my best friends, we haven't been as close recently, but one of my very best friends in the world, fought both in Iraq and Afghanistan and came here undocumented.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No. And that's admirable.
You can't challenge it.
That's totally admirable.
Patriotic as it gets.
But I'm talking about as a group, like you said, they help out other Spanish speakers. I know a lot of brothers in LA, you can't even go to some certain neighborhoods because your ass will get beat the fuck down just being a black guy. They look down. A lot of Latinos look down on us because of the propaganda. Blacks are just lazy. Sure. We're just that and the other. And there's kind of a deal going on. And no one's talking about, but we talk about on this show, the other morning show. We talk about to our listeners, all right? Now, I don't look at nobody after talking with Jane Elliott. That race shit has to stop. We're all fucking human beings, period. And I want all human beings to prosper. Seriously, I really do. And I want these fucking governments to stop making these damn wars so that our men and our women, and in some cases our children, die for fucking nothing. Like right now, can you tell me how come the veterans of the first and second Gulf Wars aren't getting a check from Halliburton in perpetuity from those oil proceeds that they got? Because they got fucking billions. And the veterans get shit. Because I have a man right here who works at a facility that sees them being denied their benefits. Tell them.
Oh, yeah. I see that veterans go in there all the time and get denied benefits by other veterans.
Right. So you want to sit here and down Kaepernick for kneeling, still showing respect for the flag. But these people don't even understand the day-to-day turmoil that being a veteran sometimes gets you. Now, obviously, for a lot of us brown and melanated people, the military is a great way to get out of poverty, systemic poverty, that has actual forces ensuring that you stay in poverty. You go to the military, you get your little GI Bill, you get your little trade, you get your little sense of respect and honor. because because a lot of us don't have that sense of respect.
I want to cut you off. When you go back to the GI Bill, when a lot of black veterans came home from fighting in the Second World War, they were eligible for the GI Bill, but instead of the United States government handling that side of them being able to go use that money to buy homes and stuff, they let the banks do it.
Ugh.
The banks discriminated against, and this. What I'm saying is like that. A lot of other groups were able to benefit from that money that was given to those veterans, to where black veterans wasn't. So there's no wealth passed down, and it's like. And it all goes back to the little black boys in the schools. The majority of them come from single parent homes that
at a disadvantage,
that are in poverty.
Right. Because nobody on welfare is getting rich. And I know, Doctor, you would agree with me on that.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
I'll go farther. Because nobody's working a job.
Thank you, Doctor.
Really can't. That's one of the biggest capitalist myths of all time is you can get rich working a job.
Yes, thank you.
Perhaps, if you're LeBron James, you can. But even LeBron James got rich from his entrepreneurial pursuit.
Yes.
But it's unless you're an NBA athlete or I don't know, hockey, I don't know, maybe some other sports, but generally you will never get rich from working a job.
No. And this is what I'm going to say right now. That's why we should have across the board a livable government rate. We need to kick the Federal Reserve off our fucking shores, make the Department of Treasury print our money. We'll fucking use our own military as the force behind it. You fuck with the new dollar, we'll fuck you up. And every American should get a livable wage. And you can anything above that, then you go out and you seek your job. And then it doesn't matter if there's a racist boss out there, because you know that your lights, your water, your health, a little entertainment, blah, 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 it's already taken care of. And I think that would actually work. And it will have to work when automation truly kicks in, because there won't be any jobs to do.
Right.
And we all know that you go to jail. Like Judge Joe Brown said, the jails are here to, whenever labor gets too plentiful, you can remove people and put them in jail, basically warehouse them until we need them back out.
Well, all the jobs are in the prisons. That's where all the manufacturing jobs are. They're in the prison.
Doctor, I do want to ask your opinion. What do you think about the private prison system in America? Privatized prisons.
Oh, well, when we talk about private prisons, you have to understand that, there is, it goes back to literally the period, following slavery. People have to understand that there was a period after slavery. If you talk about how black people were viewed during slavery, one of the things that is misunderstood is people didn't say black people were lazy or violent or criminal. They said they were loyal and dutiful and respectful,
Right.
It was after slavery ended and you're afraid. The white men, they were afraid after slavery.
Yes.
So after slavery, you're afraid that, like anybody would be afraid, they're going to get some get back.
Yes.
They're going to want to come back at us. We treated them pretty badly for a long time. The other thing you're afraid of is that they're not going to work. I've lost all of my low or no wage workforce.
Yes.
So that's how you get a new system that came along called convict leasing. Where literally the system, in the South, and by the way, anybody who's been down South, if you've been to Georgia, literally all of the roads were made with convict leasing labor. If you have been to Alabama, what's the city? Birmingham, Alabama. The entire city was created by convicts, all black. And what they would do is they would find you for some minor crime, usually a non-violent crime. So they would find you, stealing or they would accuse you anyway of stealing a fence post, stealing a watermelon, public drunkenness, vagrancy, stealing a pig, whatever they would accuse you of, and give you a very long sentence. And the difference is the convict leasing system was actually, and I know some people are going to be real surprised when I say this, but it was worse than slavery. And
in what way?
I say that,
Doctor, in what way? Well, how?
The reason I say it was worse than slavery, because remember what slavery was about. In our country, we had chattel slavery. Chattel means property.
Mm-hmm.
If you are my slave, you are my property.
Mm-hmm.
Now think of all the things that I can have as property. I can have a horse. I'm not going to go out and kick my horse. It's my property. I own it.
Oh,
I'm not going to
shit.
go out and kick my dog. It's my property.
Oh, shit.
But if you are leased as a convict, if you are leased as a convict, then you really have no interest in keeping that slave alive. You can mistreat that person, that convict, 100%. You can mistreat them and have them work them to the bone. And if they die, guess what? They've already picked somebody off the street. I'm paying the government, $30 a month for the labor. Government's making money. And with the money that I paid, they just replace them.
Dude, that's heart-wrenching.
Because that person isn't my private property. You know what I mean? So all they have to do is pick up somebody they said was drunk off the street, and I can literally put them in a mine, like they did in the Deep South, where they put you in mines, and people literally had to drink out of the puddles in the mines. They whipped them to death. It's a terrible thing that you would never do to a slave. You wanted that slave to be in good health because you wanted them to last long, you wanted them to have children, you wanted to do all of that because that was your property.
That's horrible, Doctor. Absolutely horrible.
It's very true. So this is exactly, so fast forward to today where we have a private prison system. And mind you, there's so many elements to this that I can get into, but
get into it, Doctor. Get into it. No whole bars.
Where now, it's the same sort of thing. All these corporations are taking advantage of prison labor because they only have to pay a prisoner, 30 cents an hour. Now on the street, to give you that job, they might have to pay you $30 an hour plus benefits.
Yes.
And why do that when I can pay a prisoner 30 cents an hour? Because, of course, according to the 13th Amendment,
yes,
you can still be a slave.
Yes.
If you are in prison for a crime, that's punishment for a crime. So, again, it's no mistake that Black people are the people who are filling prisons and jails.
Reason why, folks? We're still John Henry. We're still fucking John Henry. We're the biological robots to these evil fucking pricks.
Absolutely. And even, this goes into voting. Think about the blackest state in America, Mississippi. Mississippi is 38% black. That's the blackest state in America. Mississippi is solid red on election night.
Wow. Right.
One of the things we need to realize is that 30% of the black males, of voting age black males in Mississippi are unable to vote because of a felony conviction.
Wow. Say that one more time, Doctor.
Think about how.
Say that one more time.
So 30% of the black males in Mississippi are ineligible to vote because of a felony conviction or incarceration. So that means that a state that is solid red could be blue or could be whatever color you want it to be, but they make it solid red. It was another way of taking away our enfranchisement. So think back to slavery and convict leasing, and you had Jim Crow. There were all these different ways to keep black people from voting, keep black people, in service for low wages, not being able to own businesses. But now you've got this new system, you got a new way to do it because the Constitution of the United States allows for it. So you not only are you taking advantage of their labor, you're also taking away their citizenship rights. Now, mind you, 2 states in this nation, one of them being Vermont, the other one, I think it's Maine and Vermont. What people don't realize is in Maine and Vermont, you can vote while you're in jail, while you're incarcerated. That's what people don't realize. You can vote while you're in jail. Now, the reason for that is because the thinking is you don't forfeit your citizenship just because you're incarcerated.
Right.
Now, think about the fact of who lives in Vermont and Maine. It ain't us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's why you can do it.
It ain't us. That ain't Mississippi. We're talking Vermont and Maine. So, I think it was Vermont is less than 2% black. I don't know what Maine is, but I think Vermont is like 1.something% black.
Wow.
That's why people are saying he's having a tough time connecting with black voters because he's from a state where there are no black people.
Wow.
Now, the other thing that I was telling you about the prison system is now there are new ways of abusing people while they're in prison. One way is now, these private companies who've done the phone line. Now, I was watching recently, LeBron James had a new show on, it's about the little kids playing football in Miami. I think it's called Warriors of Liberty City. And there were these young black kids, and they were talking to their fathers, and some of their fathers were in prison. And now, the only way that in prison, particularly because a lot of times prisons, like if you live in Washington, D.C., close to where I live, if you live in Washington, D.C., all of those crimes, there's no prison in Washington, D.C., so you have to serve it in another state. So they're probably going to send you, Kansas or, they're going to send you far away. Even if you live in the state, you're going to go to prison somewhere that's hard to get to. If you're in the federal system, you can end up in Leavenworth, and you're from New York City, so it's like you can end up in Cherry, Indiana. And if your family is poor, you're from the projects at home.
You ain't getting nobody.
How is your family supposed to make it to Indiana a couple times a year?
They're not.
They don't have that kind of money. So the one way, like in the show, the LeBron James produced show, the only way that they maintain their familial bond was through the phone.
Oh.
That was the one way that they were able to. But now these phone companies are jacking up the prices of collect calls from jail. So it's like 25 cents a minute. So you can't sit there. Now these kids can't even sit on the phone with their parents. Their parents can't call them up there. And so it's more of the kind of separation that our families suffered during slavery.
Yes.
And, President Douglas talked about him being ripped out of his mother's arms. Now you got, and by the way, the fastest growing prison population in this country are black women.
What?
That's what people don't recognize. They make it all about men. The fastest growing prison population in this country, in the penal system, are black women. Now, losing your father is traumatic enough. But imagine as a child losing your mother. My kids barely, even when I'm there, if my lady is out, if she's, all with friends, going out to dinner, and I try to put them to bed, they're like freaking out. They're like, "Where's mom?" And I think I'm a pretty good dad. But still, they need mommy there.
Yes, sir.
Comforting about that.
Yes, sir.
And if your mother is in the prison system, and we see because they don't treat black women as women, you see how they actually take black women and they get prison sentences. There was a woman who got a prison sentence for trying to vote in a different district.
What? How long did she get?
I think she got a year.
Oh my
Or
God.
maybe it was 5 years. I got to check, actually. But she got that. There was somebody who got a prison sentence for trying to register their kids in a different district of school so their kids could go to a
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
You know, and yeah, you got people like Brock Turner, you know, who sat there and raped the girl, dragged her behind a dump, you know, and inserted stuff inside of her vagina. And that guy does 90 days in jail, never went to prison.
No.
You know, you got all these other kids who committed serious crimes. And of course, we have a president who's been accused of 19 different sexual misconduct that are crimes.
I'll say it. Grab her by the pussy.
Never gone to prison.
Right. You're absolutely right.
He's never, you know, the system. What do you think? You know, a black man that got accused 19 different times of sexual, you know, misconduct.
I think Bill Cosby. They wouldn't
have got that far because after the first time, they would have just put him in jail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and look, Bill Cosby, let's say Bill Cosby got away with it for a long time. You know what I mean? He got away with it for a long time. Which, you know, had to do with, I guess, him being rich and famous and being a different country. Again,
it almost seems like Dr. Bill Cosby didn't have his problems until he tried to buy NBC. Then his son dies, and then they utterly destroy him, ensuring all of his wealth goes to his Jewish white lawyers and back into the system.
Yeah, see, again, I'm going to disagree there because Bill Cosby is doing some foul stuff. You know what I mean?
But how did Bill Cosby help the average young black man?
Bill Cosby,
he, pull up your pants, eat pudding pops. You know, he pointed the finger at a lot of us.
The people that would have helped Bill Cosby, he shitted on them.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why Bill Cosby suffered a fate. He found himself. Listen, you can be the bourgeoisie all you want, but once you about ready to check out this motherfucker, your ass and your wealth is going right back into the system that allowed you to come up, you token fool. You got to understand. Right. That's what this shit's about.
I agree with you. And that's why, that's the one reason that I don't accept the NBC argument, because the system loves guys like Bill Cosby. I've been around those conservative black dudes. The system loves guys who come around and say, no, it's not racism because you won't pull your pants up, which is nonsense.
Yes.
The system loves to hear that from some black guys. So they love Bill Cosby when he's like, oh, nah, it's because you talk wrong, or or it's because you won't pull your pants up and do this kind of nonsense. So it's just loves those kind of guys. So they weren't out to get Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was just a dumbass and was out raping shit and putting him to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, if he was just, just done, and the rest of us would have done and been like, look, I'm Bill Cosby. With me, and be awake. You know what I mean? He would have been fine.
Doctor.
Like, Bill Cosby would have had no problem getting some tails. Like, that's not.
Yeah, the twist it.
Problem Bill Cosby would have had. He's charismatic. He's freaking, or at least at one point in his life, he was a very smart man. You know, he was one of the wealthiest and smartest men around.
Yes.
If I were him, I would have had to sign contracts and all of that. I would have slept with all the women I wanted.
What I'm
Camille was cool with it. You know, he could have gotten away with that. Instead he chose the rape chick and got what he deserved.
Doctor, come on. You painted such a horrible picture of Mr. Cosby with that brush there.
You did it all honestly, you Bill Cosby could sleep with another what? Like, they didn't need to be asleep. They didn't need to knock him out. You know? So, and I mean, some of those women came up there with Bill Cosby.
Yes.
He knocked them off. He's an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, there is no denying that. What you said, the way you said it was funny as hell, but it was 100% accurate. Seriously. You know, he had the money,
Yeah.
he had the fame. You know, you know how it is. I mean, I'm sure you're even getting it. You know, a couple of chicks see you on TV. Oh, I identify with him. And the next thing you know, you're getting all these crazy ass invites, you know. So the moral of the story is, guys, you better understand these women are on a different level. You know, you think you're taking it or whatever. That stuff is played out, and rightfully so. Women and children do not, and I will go on the record, ever deserve to be forced into that situation, a sexual type of situation. And I don't care how you try to word it or how, oh, it's normal, like the man boy of North America society, those freaks. I don't care how you try to psychologically do all these gymnastics. It's wrong. Now, two consenting adults or whatever gender, totally different ball game. But you leave the women, and you know, because women are vulnerable because they do the same job as certain men, and they don't get the same fucking pay, even to today. All right, let's get that out there in the open. They call them split tails. They look down on women, and that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, but certain jobs a woman can't put out the same output.
I'm not talking about those jobs. I'm talking about the jobs that she is doing it, and they still want to shortchange the little sister. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? The ones that that you're talking about, the heavy lifting and shit, yo, man should do that. But even in those jobs, you'll find a discrepancy between the white male and the black male. He'll get the short shit. All right. So let's get that shit all out there in the open as well. Listen.
Yeah, but I even think that the heavy lifting jobs, we're talking about heavy lifting jobs.
Yes.
There are women that can do a lot of those
jobs.
And if it's that heavy that no woman can lift it, then a lot of men probably couldn't lift it. You probably need a machine. You probably need a forklift. So I so I don't think that that's necessarily the case. I agree with you that, you know, there's still sisters out there just not getting it.
And, you know, I also want to even throw this out there. We heard the story of the first female Marine combat personnel being removed for fraternization, okay? I've talked to Senior Chief Don Shipley. And, you know, if we looked at some males, they did the exact same behavior, but they weren't booted out the Corps. They weren't fucking booted out the armed forces. That's bullshit. Listen, I hate to tell you guys this, and thank God I have a pretty much male audience. When you put men and women together, guess what? We fuck. That's what men and women do. Yeah, boys and girls. That's what goes down. And she should not have been fucking drummed out of the goddamn Corps over that shit. All right? So what, she fucked one of her subordinates. That motherfucker was probably jizzing and happy than motherfucker. That's the reality. But, you know, that's another conversation for a different topic. I want to talk about black masculinity and why is it so important, doctor? Would you please share that with our listeners? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I lost my phone signal.
Oh, no. Hold on, guys. We're calling them right back. This is weird.
Yeah, I lost
everything just kind of went down. I'm so sorry, guys. This is the other morning show, True Power's Mine.
Back, darling.
And we're calling back Dr. Nichols. That was crazy. Everything.
Yeah, my phone just froze up and everything.
Come on, doctor. That's bizarre. We're not done with this.
You have reached the voicemail box.
No. Okay, we're just going to give it a couple of seconds, guys. Hey, this is a great time. Grab some popcorn and a Snickers candy bar and enjoy that shit. And we will do a couple commercials or something. Imagine they're happening right about now. But we will get the doctor back on. Listen, Dimeback, when we talk about education, how important it is for the situation concerning a lot of young black men, could you go into that concept of having a surrogate mother for your child?
Like, my whole thing is like we see the type of quality women that's out here, and a lot of times being is he on?
No, continue
A
talking.
lot of times being in these type of situations, the woman that you have a kid with just ain't right. Mentally ain't right. Just so the best thing I say is that the way you don't even have to deal with losing any of your assets, being tied to the state, because that's what it's all about.
You have reached the voicemail box of.
Oh, this is unacceptable. No, fuck that shit. Dude, how the fuck did we lose fucking cell phone service and goddamn shit? This is bullshit. Now, you know, listen, NSA, dude. Guys, listen, man, I'm not a threat. Straight up, man. Stop fucking with us. Seriously. Seriously. And let's get this fucking phone call through. Fucking bullshit. Tired of this shit, man. You know, we're just trying to do a show, just have a cool conversation, couple of beers, a few bros, just chilling. Well, suddenly fucking media blackout in this motherfucker. Oh, fuck. Motherfuck.
You have reached the
Oh my God, this is fucking pains me to no fucking end.
My stuff just froze all up.
You know, this is bullshit. His video dead. I don't even know if this laptop's working. Otherwise, well, thank you, Davis. Richmond, Virginia in the house. Cobra and Morta in the house. You know, we got all these fine folks, and they want to hear this good conversation.
Mine stopped at it just cut the live stream off.
Dude, you know, it's my, you know, I know I've been talking to some people all over the world. I get it. I understand it. It's just not right, guys. This is bullshit. Oh, come on, please. If Mark from Anaheim was watching this broadcast, he'd be laughing his ass off.
You have reached the voicemail.
He'll be laughing. He's like, damn, those boys have been peeped the fuck out, ain't they? He'd be laughing his motherfucking ass off, dude. You know, fuck. Oh.
Who's that up there?
That's all good, man.
Oh, okay.
Don't even trip. Anyhow, fuck.
What's up, peoples over there on YouTube?
I need to hold on. Let me just give it one, you know, I'm gonna give it one more try. You know what I'm saying? But listen, guys, what we were talking about was real shit. You know, automation, hatred, all that shit's against us. All right. Well, we have to, at the end of the day, realize, man, we literally are in this shit together. We really are. Without unity, we have nothing, man. You know, I mean, yes, America has its fucking problems. Yes, she surely does. Fucking wicked, nasty problems. But if we talk about them, identify them, we can solve them. If we don't, then fuck it, we're fucked. I can't go to no other goddamn fucking country. I'm fucked. A lot of people just like me are fucked. So let's call the good doctor. Get him back on. All right.
Professor, man.
He's a doctor as well. He does have a doctoral degree. Thank you very much. Professor just identifies that he is actually teaching or instructing pupils at a university, but he still will be a doctor until the day he dies. I just wanted to clarify that. Oh, come on. Hello? Oh, it sounded like someone picked up right then and there.
You have reached the voicemail.
Oh,
Fuck it, man.
All right. Well, apparently something's going on in Maryland, and you know what? We'll try this. Just out of just total randomness, I just want to see if it's not my phone or something.
I wouldn't do that personally.
What?
What you're doing?
Well, that's you. Thank God it's me that's doing it.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure my shit's straight.
Well, you could have did somebody other than that.
This is Ron Hurd. Over. We all.
All right. Well. Okay. Well, you know what? I know my phone's working. Damn it, dude. That's bullshit. I want this fucking interview to go through without a hitch. I cannot control the telecommunication system, folks, as much as I fucking want to.
It's Friday. What can you do?
Well, drink a fucking beer.
You know it. You know it.
And then, you know what? Who wants me to call Mark from Anaheim? I'll call him up right now. We get him on the show. Fuck it. We do. We don't. We don't. Who wants to do that? This will raise my hands. I'll raise my hand, but I don't want my vote to count in this because I don't want to be biased. Hell yeah, I'll call Mark. All right, fuck it. If he answers, guys, we're fucking blessed. If he doesn't, fuck. He doesn't. But I will call him right now. Fuck it. One vote does count. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We're calling Mark from Anaheim. I know this is kind of fucking shady as fuck, but
You know it.
will you quit it? Fuck it. That's what it's all about. This is the other morning show. Oh, he's probably fucking on it. He only has dial up. This motherfucker rings forever.
Don't they got an answer machine?
And I went up to the line.
Oh shit. Mark from Anaheim's on the line, guys. Mark, I'm sorry for calling you. It was at the behest of many viewers right now. I want to just verify with you on the phone. Oh, they're going fucking nuts. I want to verify with you on the phone that you will be on the Carl Nelson show November 8th, 2018.
That's correct.
Yes, sir. And I did actually rewatch the movie Wizard, which we talked about the last time we talked. Oh, my God, man. That was a bad scene. That was a crazy thing. Listen, folks, Mark from Anaheim's on. Hold on. Dot lecturer 426 want to say they love you, brother. They're totally excited. People are. Listen, Mark. I talked to Senior Chief Don Shipley today, and we talked about the McCraven thing and some other things. But when you go on Carl Nelson's show, and leading up to that event, I am totally going to be promoting it. And I know that you're a very modest man. I know you did a lot of great things for our country and for your community. And I just want to tell you straight up, sir, you are someone that people need to look at, not so much emulate, but understand what you're standing on and the principles.
Didn't I tell you to put that blunt down?
Oh, will you stop? Please. I'm not, I'm just, just tobacco here. But the thing about it.
Here's a hot tip for your listeners. It started today. It'll be in the theaters for sure tomorrow. Go see Fahrenheit 11/9.
Oh, God. That Michael, he already said if he gets negative reviews from that movie, he's leaving America for Canada.
Well, he got negative reviews on 9/11.
Well, but in all fairness,
he got negative reviews on every other movie he ever did.
Well,
even the ones where he won the Academy Award, he got negative reviews. So Trust me, Michael Moore's not going anywhere. Hell, he's buddies with Donald Trump's sons. He ain't going nowhere.
Ugh. I did not
You know
know.
when he did Fahrenheit 9/11, the same people he talked about in the documentary are the ones who put up the money for the damn documentary.
Oh my
If you
God.
go back and check who the production company is for Fahrenheit 9/11, they're a subsidiary of Halliburton. Come on, dog.
Yes. It's like I said, guys, it's
You wouldn't even be watching it if they didn't want you to watch it, because once you know, what you gonna do about it? Not a damn thing.
Damn, Mark.
That's why I like the TV show Scandal, because in Scandal there ain't no white hat. If you stay in DC long enough, you all have to be dirty, because it's just that's the way the country runs.
Yeah.
And as long as people are led to believe that everything could be changed with a new election, people can go on with their lives and feel good about themselves because they think they voted the rascals out every 4 to 8 years. but in reality, there's no significant change in policy. But when you start telling people the truth and having people thinking, oh my God, Donald Trump says there's some guy in the White House who keeps him in line. You can't go around telling people that the president doesn't run the country.
Can't.
I mean, even though the last one who thought he ran the country should have never ridden through Dallas with the top down.
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
And then when Clinton thought he was running things, a Cessna landed on the White House lawn.
Ouch.
When Obama thought he was running things, you know, his wife and daughters are in the White House, and some guy with a backpack who shouldn't be in the White House gets arrested.
Yes.
Now, come on, you know you ain't going to get in the White House unless somebody allowed that to happen. Come on, man. And Obama stayed in line after that, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
You notice how much gray hair he had by the time he had 7 years on the job.
Totally different cat. Totally.
Right. So, you know, y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh. That's why
You don't even know why I'm doing that show on 11/8.
I was talking to a listener and he reminded me, isn't that election day?
It's the day after.
Well, it's the weekend of the Marine Corps birthday and Veterans Day.
Oh, wow.
It's also the 10th anniversary of me quitting LAPD and going back to all I do now. I'm just a lazy surfing beach bum, coaching my female surfers from around the world.
Yes.
It's also my anniversary when I quit LAPD. It's my anniversary when I quit the Marine Corps. I quit the Marine Corps on 11/9/2001 in protest of 9/11/2001. The numbers are very significant.
Yes. Yes, they are. I mean, folks.
Let's go back to Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise and look up Job, right? Well, that's right. You can't even have Gideon Bibles in hotels now. That's how messed up that is. I guess that movie ruined that for us.
Let's stop.
So much for passing messages and Bibles in hotels. Oh, well.
Passing messages and Bibles in hotels. I mean, I knew about the salesman gag with the porn.
You obviously didn't see Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise, the first one.
Must have missed that part.
They pulled the Bible out, the Gideon Bible provided in all the hotels, and he looked up Job to find out what the hell's going on. In fact, Job was the name used in their emails on the internet. I'm sorry that went over your head.
Mark, why do they have to put this shit in our face? The people who are putting out these movies that explain shit before it happens. What's the purpose?
I don't know. Steve, are you telling me you're live on the radio right now?
Yes.
You call me.
Yeah.
While I'm sitting here looking at all of my naked photographs of white girls, saying where the white women at to be on the radio live? What's wrong with you, man?
Quit.
I'm going back to watching my Kerry Washington and all my. I'm binge watching Scandal right now because everybody says Olivia Pope is my daughter and I'm Eli Pope. Bye, guys.
There you go, guys. The other morning show, we had Mark from Anaheim on. We verified. Kenyal asked Mark about Task Force Dagger. Well, he's gone, guys. He's already off the line.
He's still on the line.
I can't even fucking hang up my phone. You guys are still here.
Because the people want you, man. They need you. They want to hear your voice, Mark.
I keep forgetting with all the bugs in my phone and stuff. I have to hang up for 5 minutes now. But thanks to that damn show with you and what was that House Negro's name? Oh yeah, Judge Joe Brown. Yeah. Ever since that damn radio show, my internet and telephone's all screwed up. So even when I hang up and come back, you're still there. I was getting ready to call the escort service, and I'm still hearing your rusty ass voice on the phone.
Oh my God!
Mark, I just want to say,
You guys are even saying he hung up already, and I'm still here. I'm like, what the hell?
Mark,
It's
I
all
just
good.
I just want to say I'm
should-
glad
I
you're
should-
talking now.
I should say hi to all the alphabet agencies that are laughing on this one.
Oh my
I'll
God!
tell you a little story about LAPD. I was on active duty, you know. I go down to LAPD, and I was in, of course, my Marine Corps uniform. You know, I know they're not used to seeing no colored officers and stuff.
Yes, sir.
This is back in the days when it wasn't cool to openly recruit folks of an alternate persuasion. So I walk into this room, and there's a microphone hanging at the ceiling in the Parker Center, getting ready to tear down. And I see this Korean woman sitting at the end of the table as I walk in the door, and on a scale of 1 to 10, I give her about 11. So I walk in the room, and I went, damn! And then I look and I go, oh, hell, I guess I blew this interview. and they're like, sit down, Lieutenant. Well, see, you know, I didn't realize it back then, but that was probably a psychological profile test right there to see how I was going to react when I saw that woman. Because they figured if I didn't look at her cleavage, then I was gay. So see, these are the little subtle things people do in interviews that you don't know about. And so had I not checked her out and reacted the way I did, they would say, man, this is gay. So we already wrote him. We could go ahead and go through the interview like he got the interview, but he doesn't know it, but he's already been checked off. Then I come back for my second interview at LAPD, and these two background investigators, oh, you're a Marine, huh? Yeah. How long you been in the Marine Corps? Well, I was fire enlisted. I'm a Mustang. What's a Mustang? I'm fire enlisted. I was a sergeant before I became an officer. Well, all you Marines, you guys like to go out there and hook up with prostitutes and stuff. When was the last time you paid for some pussy? The last time I took my wife out to dinner.
Oh no!
So needless to say, they hired me. And I don't hang out with hookers. Never have, never will.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm just serious. Never have, never will. But that's that stereotype. If you're a Marine, then you know.
Pay for it.
But when I told them the last time I paid for it was when I took my wife out to dinner, those two guys were rolling on the floor laughing, and they go, "Okay, that's enough questions for the day. We'll call you back another time."
That's what I'm saying. Your wit is beyond fucking measure, dude. The ability of you to not be scripted, come straight off the hip and hit the fucking target. That is the shit.
I got it.
Most of my mentors were World War II Nazis and OSS and ONI boys. They ain't got time for bullshit. People who lie have to worry about what lie they told.
Yes, sir.
I'm only gonna have two answers for you. I'll either tell you straight up, or I'll tell you I'm not answering that.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Mark. I'm glad
answering that.
I'm glad you're on the phone, so that way people can stop emailing me and stuff, asking about you.
Yeah.
You have no idea the amount of emails I get asking me, or is Mark okay? Where is Mark? Where is Mark? Where is Mark? Is he okay? Have you talked to him? So I'm glad you're here.
Let me just tell you for your listeners. As long as I coach my little white girls in surfing and stay off radio shows like this one, I'll be fine.
But real quick, what about Task Force Dagger? Or Dagger? There you go, guys. He won't answer it. I'm sorry. You saw me ask the question. He just can't answer it right now.
I didn't say I can't answer it. I said I won't answer it.
Oh, absolutely. He will not answer it. All right, they said cool. They're like cool. You know, I mean, hopefully, you know.
Next thing you'll be asking me about Operation Northwoods and other crap.
What about it?
Oh, that was the government's plan to basically exterminate the black folks with strategic strike. Well, wasn't that the contingency plan that if there was major civil unrest, Norfolk to have a false flag?
There was no civil rights bill when Operation Northwoods was in effect, but
no,
I don't really know. So
I don't really know. You need to quit. You know. But I get it. And once again, guys, Mark from Anaheim.
If Trump's son gets close to being indicted, you might see an Operation Northwoods again.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
Hold on. I
just call a spade a spade.
Yeah, but it's kind of
when people start worrying about going to jail. You know, Trump ain't going to jail because he's a pussy. I'm sorry, Mr. President. He's a punk, so he ain't going to jail. So he'll create some domestic terrorism crap or whatever, so he can justify remaining as commander in chief.
But the real deal is.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Yes, sir.
Did I vote for Hair Trump?
No.
Do I support Hair Trump?
No.
Would I take a bullet for Hair Trump?
No.
Absolutely won't. You guys are stupid enough to let people like that in the White House. My job is to protect the White House. I don't give a shit who y'all put in there.
There you go.
We protect the office of the president.
There you go. Yes, sir.
I just call a spade a spade.
Yes, sir. And that's what makes you honorable. That's what makes you honorable. Because we got to see past this bullshit and be united as fucking Americans, period. That's what we are now.
Let's not take this too far. I didn't say all that. All I said is if you were the one that they elected as president, I would take a bullet for you. I don't give a shit what your politics are. I protect the office of the presidency.
Yes,
that's greater than any one individual that's occupying that position.
Yes. You know?
But I still ain't going to vote for you.
But
it doesn't matter anyway. I can't vote anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, stop. You know,
I can't vote.
I mean,
I refuse to use addresses, so I can't vote because they say I can vote more than once if I don't give them a real address. So I can't vote.
Well,
I haven't been able to vote since Bubba was in the White House.
Oh,
it doesn't matter though, because under Bubba's administration, that's when my eyes were open. And then I started realizing back in those days I was a member of a whole bunch of K Street think tanks and stuff, and they were grooming me for who knows what. But once my eyes were open to how things really worked in the Beltway, I wouldn't have voted again anyway. I mean, like I told you before, Hillary was a Republican until 1972.
Yes. You know,
Ronald Reagan was a Democratic. John Connolly was a Democratic until he got his ass shot in Dallas. And they still wouldn't remove the bullet from his wrist after he died, because if they removed that bullet fragment, then they wouldn't be able to justify their magic bullet theory.
See, that's a painful bit. That's the truly painful fucking bit.
No, the truly painful bit was that dumbass Lee Harvey Oswald who thought he was actually doing this country a favor.
Stop.
You didn't see that one coming.
Stop. I mean,
he didn't realize till he was in the lobby and goes, "Oh man, dumbass." Americans are dumb, dude. Seriously. If anybody thinks a Marine can go to Russia and marry a Russian colonel's daughter and come back to this country and nobody asks any questions, you're the biggest, dumbest population on the planet.
Oh my God. But that's by design, though.
Not to mention the Marine that actually he was stationed right down here at El Toro. So the Marine who used to actually track our airplanes that were flying, not just airplanes, our U-2 flights over in Asia.
Fucking
that's
traitor.
The kind of guy that's going to be allowed to leave the country, marry a colonel's daughter in the Russian intelligence, and then bring her back here, and nobody says anything. Come on! But you know who gave him his discharge, right?
Who?
Let me give you a hint. Guess who was Secretary of the Navy when Oswald got his discharge?
Not Admiral Byrd.
The same guy who was in the car and got shot and went to his grave with that bullet fragment in his wrist.
Oh. Damn it, man.
Small world, ain't it? Nobody messes with O&I, dog. I'll give you all and your listeners here, Lord. You know, since you insist on, since you alphabet agencies won't let me use my phone and these gentlemen are still on my telephone, I can't.
We're not hanging up.
Let me give you a little historical test here. Who was vice president in 1956?
Hold on, 1956.
Dun, 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 dun,
JBL. No,
dun,
no, not
dun,
JBL.
dun, 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 dun,
Spiro Agnew. No, not Spiro Agnew. Damn it.
Wasn't JBL the vice president?
No, that was under Kennedy. And Spiro
Yeah.
Agnew was underneath fucking Richard Nixon. Fuck. Don't know.
Wasn't it
And that's
Eisenhower?
why this country is so fucked up right now.
Wasn't it
Because
together?
y'all can't even figure out who the vice president was in 1966. Let me give you a hint. He ran for president in 1960.
Hold on. Damn.
Was it a Republican or a Democrat?
Well, I'll give you one hint. The other guy who ran against him should not have ridden through Dallas
Nixon?
with the top down. Thank you.
Yeah, Nixon
So,
lost the
ding, ding,
Kennedy.
ding, ding, ding.
Nixon was a vice president.
In 1956.
To Eisenhower, wasn't it?
And Nixon was ONI. So who ran for president in 1960?
Because Nixon lost the
Wait,
Kennedy.
who ran president in 1960? Who was the
So
fuck?
who ran in 1960?
Well, that was Kennedy.
And
Oh, I
He
forget.
ran against Nixon, didn't he? In the
ONI versus ONI.
Yeah.
Office of
Who was,
Naval
who was
Intelligence.
president after Kennedy died?
Was it Lyndon B. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
ONI. So who was president in 1964?
Wouldn't have been Johnson.
ONI. Who was president in 68?
Shit. That's before
Wasn't that
Carter.
Nixon?
ONI. Who was president when Nixon was forced to resign?
Oh shit. Spiro Agnew.
No. No, let me tell you how that worked. Spiro Agnew was the vice president. They performed a coup in this country against Nixon. First, you take out the vice president, replace him with Rockefeller.
Whoa.
But I have to go back and correct on that. First, you replace Agnew, claiming tax evasion, replace him with Gerald Ford. I didn't want to tell you that because now I'm giving you the answer. Then you get rid of Nixon, make Gerald Ford the president, and make Rockefeller the vice president. So you had a president and vice president that nobody voted for. So
Damn.
now I gave you the answer. Who was the president when Nixon resigned?
Gerald Ford.
Yeah, Gerald Ford.
ONI.
Damn.
Who was the president when Ford lost the chance to be elected?
It was Jimmy Carter.
ONI.
Jimmy Carter?
Oh, come on, dude. He was a goddamn submarine commander.
Oh shit.
He was destined to be an admiral, but his father had a heart attack. So he had to go back to run the damn peanut farm in Georgia.
Damn.
You guys, unbelievable. So who was vice president in 1980?
George Herbert Walker Bush.
ONI and
CIA.
Yeah, well, we don't use in front of CIA.
Oh
That's
yes.
like saying Doug. That's like saying Doug God.
Will you quit? Will you quit?
We just say CIA. But anyway,
Yeah, Dimex
so
over here.
what I'm telling you, dude, is nobody messes with ONI. Who's the mayor of LA right now?
Oh my god.
He's trying to run for president. His name is Garcetti.
Garcetti.
ONI. Nobody messes with ONI. So when you guys are bored sometimes and want to do some homework, just go back and look at all the movies.
Mm.
Who's always the black guy in the background in all these spy movies? What black actor did they love to use in these spy movies?
Oh,
It's
that.
like he hardly had a role in the movie except for one or two scenes where he's in the background. Even in those Tom Clancy movies.
You watched
Come on,
them?
guys.
Who is?
James Earl Jones.
Oh,
And he was always a Navy admiral.
no.
Nobody messes with ONI.
Damn, dude.
They everywhere.
There it is. In fact, many of your Paul and I doesn't like to actually take over CIA. So many of your deputy directors of Central Intelligence are Navy admirals.
Oh my gosh. I was just talking.
But there was one that I remember one time I was talking to one and all these guys in suits ran over like they were gonna rescue him from me. And I'm like, dude, just go back in your corner over there. First of all, I could take you all out. Secondly, the Admiral and I are talking, so you're fucking interrupting my conversation. Then, I can tell you this now because he died recently, and he was a little disappointed at me because he wanted me to take a White House fellowship when Bubba was in the White House. Like, I still have a letter from him. That was, I'll tell you who that is too, by the way. When Jimmy Carter was president, a lot of boys in the agency lost their jobs. In fact, it was called Black October.
Black October.
And they replaced a lot of guys on the ground with satellites. It was called a technocrat thickening. That's when you brought in guys like Brzezinski and all those guys in the Carter administration. They thought now everything was going to be high tech and we don't need human, as we call it, human intelligence. Human. Everything would be like, you can use a satellite and see something, but you can't know what they're thinking if you don't have people on the ground. But anyway, a lot of people lost their jobs when Jimmy Carter came in.
Mm.
So your homework assignment is, who was DCI under Jimmy Carter?
DCI.
He was ONI. He was an admiral.
This is.
But when Bubba was in the White House, he tried to encourage me to take a White House fellowship. I turned on the opportunity for both the White House fellowship and a Fulbright scholarship when Bubba was in the White House. In fact, where's a trivia for you guys? Who's the actress that played the actress Jane Pittman?
In what movie?
That's part of the name of the movie, Jane Pittman. Unbelievable. Oh, you colored boys don't know anything. Oh my God. And it shows how this old black woman, before she died, was able to drink from a water fountain in the Deep South.
So it's one of those segregation.
I'm sure you're writing all this down.
Yes, right here.
He's got a pad of paper.
Who's the black actress that played Jane Pittman?
Was it Cicely Tyson?
Thank you. I guess you guys can Google.
No, I didn't Google.
Another thing about me, I'm on a landline. So
I didn't Google that.
You know I'm not knowing you because I can't Google. I'm on a landline. Anyway.
That's why you're so crisp and clear. You are by far the crispest and clearest audio because of that landline.
So anyway, Cicely Tyson was one of the people who actually sat on that White House fellowship. She was mad at me too for not pursuing that.
But what would a benefit have been to you personally to pursue that?
I wouldn't be talking to you on this radio show for one, because I'd be one of them house Negroes now who thought he had arrived.
Oh my God!
I'd be one of those guys you saw featured in Savoy magazine a few months back.
Yes.
All these house Negroes that you never heard of, but you see all their names, men and women that you don't know, but top CEOs and white American corporations. Yes. So if you really want to know who the players are behind the scene that's keeping you down, stop looking at the white man and go get yourself some copies of Savoy magazine with all the bootleggers. Mm-hmm. They consider themselves a talented pimp, and they don't care about the rest of the Negroes.
Nope.
And I pose a greater threat to them than I ever have to the white population.
So,
rest in peace, Steve Copley.
So, Mark, what do you think about Kanovich?
I try not to think. Thinking gets me into trouble.
Well, what's your opinion on Kanovich?
On whom?
I can't pronounce his name that good. Kanovich. That's a
Kavanaugh?
Yeah, Kavanaugh.
What do you want to know?
Whatever information you got on him.
Well, who's running the White House right now?
Trump.
What? Okay, and what did he do before he became president?
Gamble.
So it would be nice to have a judge on the Supreme Court who has a gambling habit, wouldn't it?
That makes sense to me.
Go back and watch the movie Bad Company with Larry Fishburne and Ellen Bernstein, and you'll see the judge in that movie that has a similar background to Kavanaugh. And that's why these Republicans and Democrats won't do a damn thing to Trump, because they all like to gamble. They're all addicted to gambling, and they all have been in these hotels with it. We have a saying. I was brought up by old boys, so they taught me well. There's an old saying: 2 people you don't want to be caught in bed with, a dead hooker or a live little boy.
Yes, sir. That's how these people run.
And apparently these people on Capitol Hill have violated those rules, because now they can't go after Trump because Trump got dirt on all of them.
Yeah. Because what do you think they were doing up in those casinos after they lost or won? They were up in
or they owe him money from gambling debt. Somebody else buys out your chips and cashes your chips, and now they owe you. Now they own your debt, but you now owe them.
Damn.
Gambling is more addictive in this country today than prostitution, sex, crime, or drugs. Seriously. And they're gambling all of our pension money away. So when you hear these cities talk about they're going bankrupt, they're not going bankrupt because of anything that was done by cops and everybody else. They're going bankrupt because the people who were handling those money deals are gamblers, and they were gambling the money from those pensions and risky investment funds on Wall Street when they weren't supposed to be doing that.
Yes. That's why the shit's rated. That's
why they changed the rules and regulations from banking, because in banking, you have commercial banking, speculative banking, but you also had banking that was separate from all that. Now they've merged them all together, and now I'll give you a good example. Remember when Ford Motor Company and Chevy and all those guys were having financial problems?
Yep.
They weren't. The only reason the three big automakers in the U.S. started having financial problems is because they went back to something they did prior to Roosevelt. See, Roosevelt brought in the savings and loans. So, of course, the John Birch Society, Reagan administration had to destroy the savings and loans. And that's why you have to go to banks now for your loans. Savings and loans didn't rip you off when you went to get a home loan. Anyway, but prior to savings and loans, if you wanted to buy a car, guess who you got your loan from?
From your personal bank?
Nope, a finance company within that car manufacturer.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't Chevrolet, General Motors, Oldsmobile, Pontiac. By the way, you know what Pontiac really stands for, right?
What?
Poor old nigger thinks it's a Cadillac. Anyway, Cadillac, Chevrolet, General Motors, Buick, Oldsmobiles, they didn't go bankrupt. It's when General Motors brought back GMAC financing. That's the aspect of General Motors that went bankrupt, because they were now back into banking.
Wow.
But they took the money from the car dealer side to keep bailing out their speculative gambling habits on the banking side.
Holy shit. So they were basically the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac of the auto.
In the 80s, when they, under Reagan administration, when they passed all these deregulation laws involving banking, and this country has been going broke ever since. Bankers rule. When I wanted information on countries, I wanted to do an intelligence. I used to do intelligence reports for high-ranking individuals in uniform. I never went to. Well, I won't say that. I would go to the alphabet agency for maps, but I used to get my information from bankers, because bankers don't invest monies in countries they think are about to go under.
Wow.
For example, right now in Argentina, nobody's talking about it, but the money in Argentina has lost more than 60% of its value in the last 6 weeks.
60% of its value.
You heard me.
So now we're doing
like you're going into a store right now with $1 bill, but you can only buy 40 cents worth of stuff.
Damn.
The U.S. will be like that soon, because we're doing all the same crap we did before the 1929 stock market crash. Because people have short memories and they don't learn. And greed is good, because that was the motto in the 80s.
Yes.
Don't go to college to come back to your neighborhood and make the neighborhood a better community. Go to college so you can get a job where you can make more money.
Yep.
Money is our God.
Yep. Yep.
So with greed being good and everybody's now hooked into gambling and it's got all laws passed now where gambling is legal in practically every state. And now they've gotten to the point where they can't make any more money that way. So now they're going to make gambling legal in professional sports. Everybody will be, the average U.S. citizen, as I'm speaking to you right now, does not have $500 in the bank to get on an airplane to fly. Let's say, I'm living here in California. Most of my family's on the East Coast. The average person in this country right now does not have enough money to get on an airplane to fly from California to the East Coast if they wanted to go to a funeral.
Wow. That's the reality.
Mm-hmm.
And that's hard.
We shouldn't be like
Meanwhile, the Trump administration signed off on the top 1%, getting even a bigger tax break. So when they say tax break, that's translated to what? You still have to pay these bills, but if the top 1% is not paying for it, who else is paying for it?
Oh, shit. The middle class.
Yeah, because the bottom don't pay.
No, they can't. They can't.
Right. So the plan is, until they reduce the population, the plan is to put everybody on welfare.
So
other countries are already doing it.
Yeah, like a sustainable living, a base pay for every citizen.
Right.
Well, that has to happen because of automation too.
Okay, no, it doesn't have to happen. They're making it happen. And when you get that, are you going to get a check?
Oh God, Mark, damn.
Are you going to get a check?
Damn. Yes.
Are you going to be paid?
No, you're going to get the chip.
So, well, I don't know about chip, but I'm just saying it's going to all be electronic. So I do a radio show like this. They don't send me my electronic bill. I have no food, which means nobody's going to ever come on your radio show again because dissent means starve.
Damn.
There will be no fake news, as Trump says, because everybody will go along with the autocratic system because anybody who dissents electronically, their funds will be cut off and they won't be able to survive.
Yes. It's a war of attrition. Oh.
War of attrition.
It is.
So anyway, I'm going to go now because Kerry Washington. I have to watch Scandals to motivate myself because after watching Scandals, after I binge watch 6 or 7 seasons of Scandals, then I go back and watch Django Unchained. You know why I watch Django Unchained?
Why, sir?
For 2 reasons. One, like Django said, let me get this right. I get to kill white people? I'm telling you. But secondly, Django Unchained is one of the few movies where Kerry Washington is actually with a brother.
Oh, stop.
Because she's always with a white boy. So I have to watch Scandal and see her kissing on all these white boys, and I have to clean that off by going and watch Django Unchained. Now, I don't have a problem with her with being with white boys because I don't care. I'm an equal opportunity slut. So I don't discriminate when it comes to women. I don't care. But I'm just saying this cracks me up that she's never in TV shows and movies with a brother.
Yeah.
Does it always have to be the opposite?
Apparently so.
But in Django Unchained, you know, they also show her naked as a jaybird. In the hothouse. Put her in the ass in the hothouse.
Well, Mark, before you go.
And by the way, I should say this to you. Why do you think they even allow a movie like Django Unchained out?
Yes. Why?
Why would they show you a movie about Nat Turner? Why is Birth of a Nation, which you could not find anywhere, was suddenly allowed to be back on the shelves in video stores after the Negro got elected?
Building up hype.
Because that all helps to foment the hatred and anger in this country and the fears of white folks who think they know how they treated the colored folks.
Yes.
And the colored folks are going to do the same thing to them.
Yes.
And when you look at a movie like Django Unchained,
it
some
validates
movie about Nat Turner, it's always showing, or Christopher Dorner is a Django Unchained. Or they show a black guy in Dallas killing a bunch of cops. Now, it doesn't matter the fact that white boys be killing cops left and right all over the country all year long. But as soon as they can find an incident where it's a black cop and a white cop, even who got killed by a black guy, oh my God. See, they're starting a civil war. First of all, colored folks only make up like 17% of the U.S. population.
Yes.
And a great chunk of those are already in prison or jail.
Right.
So we're really not a threat. But, you know, as soon as old Beauregard got in there, he no longer investigates all the skinheads, Nazi, and white
Yes.
supremacist groups
Yes.
in law enforcement. Now they're telling you that the number one threat is second only to ISIS and the jihad is
Black.
extremists in the United States.
Yes. Yes.
See, that's the problem. Because, see, white America loves fear. So I never taught my children, I never let my children read bedtime stories that scared them before they went to bed. See, white folks grow up with that crap. So they've always got to have a boogeyman.
Right.
If it ain't communism, it's Muslim. If it ain't Muslim, it's the Negroes. If it ain't the Negroes, it's the Chicanos. It's got to be some boogeyman. They always got to keep you in fear so they can make you feel safe by having you go out and pay all this money to protect yourself from something that's not even there. Or if it's there, it was created by the same people who plans to make money
Yes.
off the fear they created.
Yes.
Order out of chaos.
That's it.
That's why you had Get Smart. You had chaos and control. We create the chaos. You demand we come in and make you feel safe. But when you do that, you give up your control to us.
Yes.
So all I'm telling you folks is while you sit here and bitch and moan and complain about number 47, folks say is that I don't even know what numbers in the White House. Is it 43? Is it 45? Is it 47? The point is Donald Trump is related by blood to Hillary Clinton.
Right.
You don't decide who the president is. You never have and never will.
Yes.
And when the population decides who they want, and it wasn't exactly the way they wanted it, then they bring in the electoral college.
Yep.
They stole the election in 2000 with Al Gore. They did it again in 2012. I'm sorry, in 2016 with Donald Trump.
Yes.
And when you see what's happening, very little in U.S. politics happens by accident. That's why they call it political science.
Yes.
So while people are all getting all bent out of shape, you notice that they don't even talk anymore about the anonymous guy in the White House who says they keep Trump in line?
The QAnon guy?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh.
In the last month, there was somebody who did an editorial who says, don't worry about Trump because we're keeping him in line. And now, and then, you know, Bob Woodward's book came out with these people that were interviewed by Bob Woodward claiming that when Trump is old and senile and about to screw things up, they make sure that he doesn't sign something that's going to get us into more trouble.
Wow. Wow.
What I'm trying to say to you is, when that kind of stuff comes out, if you notice, every week you're hit with something else. They don't talk about something that they act like it's going to be the end of the world this week. By next week, you don't even hear them talking about it next year. It's another news cycle. Damn. Every moment of the day now, you're being hit with what's called breaking news.
Yes.
That's called psychological warfare, folks. It keeps people in constant fear. It keeps people in constant. Gotta keep my. I've never even owned a smartphone. I've never owned an iPad. I've never owned an iPhone. All you folks are. Oh, by the way, only because of Hurricane Florence, you all didn't get that nice message yesterday from the White House letting you know they have access to all of your damn smart devices.
Damn.
They were afraid that too many, since the U.S. population is too dumb, instead of getting them all stressed out over Hurricane Florence, they're going to do that test from the White House next month.
Damn.
You realize today is the last day of summer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's what I forgot. Americans think the last day of summer is Labor Day. Duh. But then they think Christmas is December 25th, so what can I say?
Well, that is the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice.
That's around like the 21st of December.
Well, I don't watch television, and I don't have cable or satellite, so is it true? Did my girlfriend win an Emmy Award on Monday night?
That was the Emmys Award on Monday?
You don't watch TV?
No.
Did Tandy Newton win?
I don't know. I don't watch the Emmys. I don't even watch TV unless I'm watching like college
Did
football.
Tammy Newton win the Emmys, guys, out there in the chat world?
She played on Westworld. The
Oh,
one where all the robots are actually human beings.
That's disgusting as well. You know, I'm gonna go for the record, guys. You have to have sex with women. Period. That's what it is.
Yeah, but you don't get in an argument with a robot.
Oh, stop it, man. but you don't get that
She
love.
never says no.
Oh, that's disgusting.
She never bleeds.
Come on, man.
And she's available and ready anytime you need it.
Y'all need to quit. No,
She'll go fishing with me.
She won't talk too much.
Y'all,
No kidding.
y'all sick, man.
We never argue.
And she loves every bone in your body, no matter what flaws it has.
She's like a human puppy. She always forgives you, no matter how much you beat her ass. She always comes back wagging her tail.
She won't complain about you slapping her butt too hard.
But she can never give you guys what you need, and that's babies. We all need a lineage.
Who wants to have a damn crumb snatcher in this damn economy?
Will you stop, man? It's about.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say crumb snatcher.
Yeah.
Did I say carpet crawler, curtain crawler?
We quit. It's about
yard ape.
It's about
yard
your.
Ape, that's a better one. Yard ape is a better one.
Yard ape. It's
You're the
about.
one calling them kids.
Listen, okay.
They're not kids.
They're
no
children. They are
family.
children. They're children. You need children for your DNA song to continue to sing on after you die. All
That
right.
just shows your vanity. You want to have children so somebody with your name is still around after you're gone.
No, well, not just my name, but my DNA in my body.
Why? Who cares about your DNA?
I do. I care. You know, I've been here for millions
You're
of
dead.
years.
What does it matter? You're dead. You don't know.
I'm because, man, it took millions of years for this conversation to happen right now. Millions of years of people having sex and making babies so you will be born.
There are plenty of women out there who are having 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 children. They don't need me to have any.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And you too, Dimebag. I'm tired of guys slipping by with just 1 or 2 kids. That's unacceptable now. You guys have to have a bare minimum of 4 kids.
And nobody
or more.
trying to have no truck wagon full of kids.
This is why you get the robot. Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for a cheap amount of money? And she will do whatever you want.
But that's disgusting milk. You want that natural milk from mammary glands from a human,
And
from a
when you're
woman.
done, you can put her ass right back in the closet and go
no.
about your business.
You can get a damn robot that has mammary glands. You tell them what you want, they'll give it to you.
No, it's not real. You need a real flesh and blood female,
There
period.
is no real anymore. The real one now when you folks allow virtual reality come into your world.
Oh, gosh.
You don't know what's real anymore. You can't even trust what you see in a photograph.
Nope.
Thanks to
You can't
Photoshop.
trust what you damn sure can't trust what you see in a film.
Damn.
There ain't no reality. They have the ability now to do holographic images in the sky.
And we all seen Tupac on stage with the hologram. We all seen it.
Michael Jackson too.
Yep.
Ugh. That was a
They
tragedy.
showed you it, but long before that. When was the first time they even hinted to that to you?
Well, in my research, it was 67 that they were able to manipulate basically.
No, but I'm saying, when did they show it to you?
Oh, it was what, 2004, 2005?
Nope.
When was it?
Go back to Nat King Cole and Natalie Cole.
Oh,
Unforgivable in that video.
oh,
There you go.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was a hologram.
Oh my gosh. You know, I'm so sick of this damn breakaway civilization.
You brought up Wizard. Wizard is a cartoon that was made in the early 90s, and everything in Wizard showed you what was going to happen in the Gulf War. Actually,
Unfortunately.
not 90s. That movie came out in the 80s.
Or the 77.
Well, there you go. Even worse. So that movie came out in 77. If you watch that movie, you see the Gulf War from 91.
That's sad.
Including the damn German Nazi symbols on the vehicle.
Yes. And that right there is verifiable. I just saw it today. I've been watching. I watched it a total of 2 times since me and Mark last talked. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, the president.
In Wizards, they call it technology versus religion.
Yes.
And in the Gulf War, Saddam Hussein called it technology versus Allah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
This whole administration right now is nothing but a reality show. You can go back and watch the first season of Scandal where they specifically mentioned Trump several times, and they mentioned a Supreme Court justice that's being nominated, but there's a sex scandal from his past.
You know, Mark, Murders in the chat room want me to ask you, did J.P. Morgan sink the Titanic?
I don't know.
There you go, guys.
But I will say it's interesting you mentioned that because things have changed a lot now, and things have become so complicated because there's so many mergers.
Yeah.
But at least I know, at least up until the Clinton administration,
It's been doing it.
the Morgan family owned the Marine Corps, the Rockefeller family owned the Navy,
Yep.
the Mellon family owned the Air Force, the DuPont family owned the Army, and the Giannini family owned the Coast Guard. Giannini is Bank of America. So they're not Bank of America, they're Bank of Italy.
Oh, God. A fascist fucking bank. Mm.
What do you expect?
You sound surprised because capitalism is pretty much fascism, because what you're having now is corporations taking over government agencies. When things become privatized and your government is run by a corporation, that's the literal definition of fascism.
But okay, guys, but we got to ring it in.
Mussolini coined that term, fascism. The trains will keep running.
We got to ring it in. This is America. This is the land of freedom.
This is not America. This is the United States of America.
Yes, sir.
America is everything from the top of North America to the bottom of South America.
That is true. This is the United States, but we're about freedom. We're about liberty.
You are?
And we're about justice.
When the hell? Let me explain. Let me ask you a question, okay? When slavery ended, all they did replace slavery was prison inmates.
Well,
so where's freedom? Who the hell's been free?
it has never been realized. I will concede that point.
Because up until Vietnam War, you had a draft in this country, so you were not even free. They could call your ass and make you go serve in a country you never couldn't fight on a map.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
So, and women didn't get the right to vote until about 100 years ago.
okay.
This is freedom you keep talking about. Who's free?
Okay, the ideal. I'm talking about.
Do you own a house?
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't pay that property tax and see how long you own it.
I don't. Okay, yes. In that respect, I don't.
Then you don't own it. Do you own a car?
Yes, sir.
Don't pay that registration and see how long you own it. You don't own shit. You've been allowed to borrow it, and it
Yes.
can be taken from you anytime they want.
Yes.
See, this is the world you've been led to believe. There's no freedom.
But with,
And that's why the U.S. is such an anomaly, because, see, we've been led to believe in our country we have rights and freedom. See, the rest of the world, they don't live this way.
but we
And
did.
for us to get on line with the New World Order, we got to join the rest of the world.
No, but see, Mark, that's where. Listen, we do have it, but collective. But
You
collect.
got freedom. Hey, you got freedom to come on this radio and talk shit, and then tomorrow no wonder why you lost your job.
Oh,
You know it.
yeah.
Or better yet, you got freedom to come on here, and then tomorrow wonder why Facebook got you permanently banned.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. And that's
So
where
I'm
it's
curious,
from.
What freedom do you really have?
When you put it in words like you're putting it in, we don't have much.
You can't even.
All right, but we do
you
have
can't
it
even
if we
stop
claim
your
it.
children from being immunized.
Mark, come on now.
I live in California where they call it a liberal state, and I'm not even allowed to know on the label whether there's all kinds of chemicals in my milk or not.
No.
That way, when you go in the store, you can't even make a conscious decision on buying the food that doesn't have all the chemicals in it or the growth hormones, because they passed a law here where you can't even put that on the label.
It's like
you can't
that.
even make a conscious choice to buy something that's good for you.
It's like that hurt, Mark.
Okay, well, I see what you guys are
So,
saying.
so I'm gonna make this real simple. I'm gonna start this all over again. What freedom do you have?
You had the freedom to obey the laws or not? That's it.
And that's why you saw all these dumbasses wearing T-shirts. Obey.
Oh,
You got people already now putting barcodes on their bodies like it's a joke or something.
but that's
And you got companies requiring employees now to have barcodes.
yes, you do in
Yep.
Silicon Valley.
It was a company in Illinois that chipped half their workers.
That's so inhuman.
And when you watch the video of it, Mark, they seem like they were just so giddy and like
because they're getting paid. They're getting
thing.
fucking paid, man.
That's because the generation today has been born in a world where they're used to seeing TV cameras in every corner, and they don't know what privacy is. And they put all their personal family business on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And stop doing that, guys. We don't need to see what you're eating.
So I ask you again. Oh, and then you had other commercials like "Just Do It." Don't worry about the consequence. Just do it.
Just do it. Oh God.
So I want to ask you again: what freedom do you have?
We have the freedom of speech, at least. I mean,
you do?
That's one thing I can say.
You can say what you want to say, but there's consequences.
Yes, we do
there
have.
You go. Yeah, you have the freedom. Like I said, you got the freedom to say what you want on this radio and lose your job tomorrow. You got the freedom to say whatever you want in public and get your ass in jail.
Okay.
I went on Facebook today. I posted something on Facebook today, and I'm like, damn, I better take that off.
You better listen. All right, you got the freedom to work.
I wasn't making any threats or anything. In fact, all I said was when the Civil War started, I hope that house nigga is the first one they hang.
Oh,
but I took that off.
Oh my God!
Because I had him by name, so I took that whole thing down. I'm like, oh, let me get that off of there.
Oh my God. Listen, guys, we got to reel it in. All right, America, the ideal is beautiful. I will agree. I will concede. You guys are both right. It hasn't been implemented.
Beautiful for whites with money.
Well, like I said, it hasn't been implemented.
Even poor
right.
whites don't benefit.
Once again, it hasn't been implemented correctly. But what
it's been implemented correctly for Trump's family? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about for all of our families. You know,
you think Obama would have been president if his wife had naked photographs on the internet?
Absolutely not. We know he would not. All right. And for the record, Michelle Obama is a beautiful woman. She is a beautiful woman.
It was implemented fine for whites with money.
But Mark, we can't really, if we go down that road, it leads to a very dark place. All right.
Why got to be dark? See, you even programmed that everything bad and evil, it's got to be dark.
That's the English language. I'm limited to the words I can use to articulate the thought.
How they program us.
Yes. You're absolutely right.
Okay, I'm going to write it down in my little white book.
Oh, no, you didn't.
But I get called a radical.
You are a radical. Both of you guys are.
You jump from the fire into the damn white frying pan.
Oh, God. The thing is, guys.
Yeah.
The America is all we know. It's all we got right now. We have to fix this.
The United States of America, but go ahead.
Yeah, this is all we have. The United States of America. And we have to fix this. Like South Africa is fixing their country. And
Africa is fixing their country?
Yes, sir.
When did Mandela become president?
Back in 1996, I believe.
Let me ask you a question. Do you really think a Negro in prison goes from being a prison inmate to becoming president?
I want to believe yes. But
That's right. You've been reading them fairy tales. I forgot you read them down.
Please stop.
Daddy, read me another story before I go to bed. Come on, man. You don't go from being no inmate to being president. First of all, if you're an inmate, you got a felony conviction, so he shouldn't even be qualified to be president. True. I'm just saying, everybody sits and go and they marvel. I'm like, come on. Mandela became president after he was told exactly what he's going to do as president.
So you're saying he was a Manchurian candidate? I say this
to you because when Mandela took over, 92% of the land, the great farming land, who owned the land?
The Afrikaners, the Boers.
And now it's 2018, and 83% of the land, who owns the land?
The Afrikaners and Boers.
So now we're talking 22 years later, and South Africa is now really coming online? Come on, dude. Mandela's dead, and they still haven't come online.
And
then you got guys like Alex Jones spreading all this propaganda that blacks are making the Afrikaners give up all their land.
Yes, that's lies. Lies and rubbish. That's straight up lies and rubbish.
Because that's what whites want to believe. They don't verify it. They don't go check it out.
Well, we have to get to a better place, Mark. We have to get to a better place. I mean,
okay, kumbaya.
Oh, stop it! I get it. Yes, I know. I'm very empathetic.
See, when I say this stuff, the stuff that you say, Mark, when I say this stuff to him, I get called radical and all kinds of stuff. So I'm just sitting here, just enjoying you tell him all of this.
How many gentlemen are in that room right now?
Right now,
it's just two of us, but your fans, they're listening.
Okay,
yeah, there's 24.
All of you in that room,
26.
Who saw the movie Black Klansman?
I haven't.
I haven't either.
Well, there you go. So even when a colored boy makes a movie, y'all don't even support colored boy movies.
Oh, stop, man!
Mark, the last time I've been to a movie was when Scary Movie 2 came out.
Yeah, but that's relevant for colored people.
Damn!
White America lives in scary movie world. They always gotta have a boogeyman. I don't watch that bullshit. I don't need no horror movie because I knew what it was like when the sun went down to be in my grandmother's house. Because I had to worry about the Klan hanging my ass.
Oh, fuck
if I want a scary movie, I just open the curtain. I don't need to go to no Hollywood movie and spend $40 on popcorn and Coke to see a movie.
That's like, but
so while they're talking all this stuff about jihad and ISIS and all that, I don't remember no ISIS or jihad chasing my ass in South Carolina. I saw white people chasing my ass.
Oh shit!
Now, I don't know how many of you have had jihads and ISIS chasing you in your neighborhood, but chances are you.
Do the police count?
You heard shots fired in your neighborhood, and it looks like somebody who looks just like you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we kill where we live, guys. If I was Asian, I would be killing Asians. If I was Caucasian, be killing Caucasian. You kill where you live.
I love that. And who's the darkest Caucasian on the planet?
Wesley Snipes.
Ethiopians and Somalis.
Not bad.
Because Europeans decide what we're going to call us.
Yes.
I like it when the U.S. invaded Somalia, they called it Southwest Asia. I'm like, what?
Southwest Asia.
Well, you guys use that term Middle East. There's no such thing as Middle East. It's Africa.
Right.
Just because you build some Suez Canal and break off that part of the continent don't mean it's no longer Africa.
Right.
See, that's what I'm saying. So even when you look at the names and titles we use for stuff, man, it's all bullshit.
Yes. African conscriptus was the one that so-called conquered North Africa for the Roman Empire. That's why we call the continent Achaemenid, which was once called Agun, Africa. You know, we have a whole history behind the continent that doesn't involve Latin people. And what I mean by Latin people,
we talked about the mob earlier. Now, of course, you have lots of mobs and mafia, but what mafia is depicted in television in Hollywood more than any other?
The Italian mafia, the Sicilian.
No.
What?
The Sicilians.
Yeah.
Because they're niggers.
Oh, but
you don't even realize it. Those are the niggers of Italy.
Oh, God.
Because the Moors conquered them, and they figured that the Moors raped all the white women in Sicily. So that right there is what you don't realize. That's why there's a division between Sicilians and Italians in this country.
Oh, yeah. Because of the...
No, I'm serious.
You know...
They get that darker olive skin.
Oh, God. You know what?
I'm telling you, man.
What fucked me up, the last time we talked, you said the Nazis were Catholics.
The same thing's true in the Philippines, by the way. There's a major war going on in the Philippines right now, and it involves people who they consider had been dominated by the Moors. And the predominant population, guess what religion they are?
Christian. Or no, Muslim.
No.
In the Philippines, they're Muslims.
There you go.
Yes, sir. But you know what? Look at the president of the Philippines. He was molested by the Catholics up there in the school when he was a boy. Him and all of his classmates. That's why he's so angry. You know what I mean? Listen, these Catholics missionaries going around butt fucking cheek raping these boys. It has a consequence later on down the line. That's why I said women and children should never be fucking victimized. As a man, I don't care who you are, what race you are, you have an obligation to stand up for your women and your fucking children, period.
I have a question for you. How old should a girl be before you should be allowed to marry her?
18.
Well, there's 32 states in this country where a 14-year-old girl can get married.
That's sick. That's wrong. I'll be first one to say.
I'm just telling you, that's how schizophrenic society is. While they talk that crap, the fact is, 32 states in this country, you can get married at 14.
That's disgusting, though.
Well, are you saying it's disgusting? Do you remember Beverly Hillbillies?
Oh, Ellie Mae Clampett died today. Yeah.
Well, she was 18, and they called her an old maid because she wasn't married yet.
Well, but that's that.
Hey, whoa. This was a popular show on TV, and she was called an old maid because she wasn't married yet, and she was 18.
But that's because that's that stereotypish trope for poor whites. That's what that is.
Poor whites, they were Beverly Hillbillies. They were rich.
Well, at that time, but they came from poor stock.
Oh, so only poor people got married when they were young.
Well, yeah, and that's the typical hillbilly.
So when I watch Games of Thrones, royal families, and they're 14 years old getting married, they must be poor.
Well, no, that's a different time stream.
When I look at Princess Di, who was only 16 years old, but she was already a slut, never graduated high school, and then she steals her sister's boyfriend, who's Prince Charles.
Stop, man. You're so.
Because, wait a minute, she wasn't 18, so what are we saying about that royal family? Oh, they must have been poor white trash, huh?
Oh, stop. Stop.
But I'm sorry, because she married Prince Charles now, all of a sudden we're supposed to worship the ground she walks on because now she's not a slut anymore because now she's legitimate. Never graduated high school, never went past the 9th grade pretty much.
You quit.
She's a doorknob, but she knows how to polish the doorknob. So,
she had
that. We praise her like she's some great thing. And then when even while she's still married, somebody's saying, well, I don't know, that don't look like Charles' son to me. And then after they break up, well, wait a minute, I think she might be carrying some Muslims, baby. We can't have that.
Oh, you quit.
She had that golden ticket in between them legs.
It's okay, though, because when she was 15, she wasn't poor white trash, but I don't hear you holding her to the same standard as you talking to Ellie Mae. What you talking about, man?
When you broke that down, you're absolutely right. I wasn't holding her. What you said there was horrible and sick. Seriously.
The only difference between poor white trash and people with money, poor white trash has the baby. People with money can go to Europe if abortion is illegal in this country. They just go see their doctor in Europe.
Oh, God.
Or they go up north to a boarding school, give the baby to that Catholic missionary.
Oh, dude.
That's where all your nuns come from.
Dude.
These little boys that get molested in those schools, these Catholic priests already don't care about them or think that they're human beings because they were dumped off to the Catholic Church by a unwed pregnant teenager.
Oh, God, that's sick. That's so sick.
Wait a minute. Am I making this up?
No, you're not, sir. No, you're not. I wish you was. God, I wish you was. Damn, that's sick.
So I'm just saying, we live in a schizophrenic society. Because on the one hand, we'll sit here and talk about a girl be 18 before she gets married.
Yes, sir.
But at the same time, we got 32 states that say there are some states in this country there's no number at all on how young she could be and still get married.
That's wrong.
And that's the way they want it.
Listen, I don't give a fuck. You 18. Let her be mentally mature before you want to make a family with her.
Mentally mature.
You
know what I tell 18-year-old girls?
What?
They should be dating a guy who's 28 because guys are stupid and girls are smarter than guys. So an 18-year-old girl should be dating a 28-year-old guy.
But no.
Yeah.
No.
Damn well 18-year-old boys ain't equal to no 18-year-old girl.
You better want no 28-year-old motherfucker picking up my 18-year-old daughter. Fuck that.
Okay, then take your ass down to Alabama where it'll be some 46-year-old guy like the one who was trying to get elected.
Stop, man.
Drop down, get your eagle on.
Stop, dude. No. Listen, guys.
All right, let me ask you a question, okay? Who's the vice president right now?
Pence, Michael Pence.
And do you realize in the evangelical movement, they actually have organizations that teach parents to marry off their 14-year-old daughters to men who are like 30 years old.
Oh, okay. That what Mark just said, guys, is true.
Yes or no? Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
And you have heard of Mormons, right?
Yeah. But they're not mainstream. That's not
so
what
they have all these laws in the book. How come Mormons aren't all in prison? How
Yep.
come you ain't calling the Mormons perverts? What's the difference between a Mormon with a girl who's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old in the same house? What you gonna tell about the Catholic Church?
Well, the Catholic Church, for one, they're fucking boys, all right? And I know this is horrible, but
so that's what it is. It's okay to fuck young girls, but not fuck young boys.
No,
I see.
No.
Oh, here we go, folks. Now the truth comes out.
No, listen, guys. It's not okay to fuck young girls. It's not. You know.
Do you ever hear about young girls in the Catholic Church being raped?
No.
Exactly, and that's why I'm trying to explain this to you, okay? Because young girls get raped in the Catholic Church just like young boys do, but you only hear about it when it's the young boys who they play off on that anti-homosexual thing.
Oh, God.
So I'm just telling you, man.
Now, what you just said is horrible, though, Mark. Now, you just doubled the fucking misery.
Awful. I'm just dealing in reality. I'm not making any judgment here. I'm just saying the fact is, while folks say wait till 18 to get married, the fact is you got states in this country, as I'm speaking to you right now, that have no number specific when it comes to how young a girl can be to get married.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
What you're saying is bullshit. It's the law and books.
Fuck that. This is a moral issue.
So now you playing God and making your own law.
No, I'm not.
But
this is moral. You don't have sex with a little kid. That's wrong.
Well, let me tell you something about little kids. You take your ass to these other countries and 12 or 14-year-olds or whatever kill your ass because they're in the army in those countries.
I know the child soldiers, and that's a horrible situation as well, but I'm talking here in the first world country of the United States of America. It's first world. This United States.
Who decides do you hear the terms you're using? Once again, Europeans decide what's the first world, the third world. They don't ever tell you what the second world is.
No, but I have to disagree. The reason why we're first world.
I'm sorry, did I just say something that wasn't true? Where'd you even get that term first world from?
Well, where I get
other people decide that term for us.
Absolutely.
And then we repeat it.
But it's true, though.
If you look at the United States, and I'm serious here. If you look at the United States, we are number one.
Yes.
We don't rank number one on any fucking list on the planet except for one. You know on one list we rank number one?
Mass incarceration.
We have more spending on the military than something like the other top 20 countries combined.
Right.
We're not number one in education. We're not number one in medical care.
Well,
all the things that people would want to have to make their lives a better way of life. We're not number one,
but we're
part of the first world. What's first world? Oh, because Europeans said it, so it's got to be true. So we say it.
Mark, we had a conversation earlier today, and everything you just said, I told him earlier today. And you just came out and said the same exact thing.
Radical.
Let's get this straight, guys. You guys are wrong because you guys are. We are number one, dude. I don't care what anyone says. America is number one. We got the best military. No,
what's the wrong country?
We have the best military, dude. We got brilliant people here.
We do.
We got loving.
Vietnam. Why are we still in Afghanistan?
Because
in fact, name me a country we went to war with that we're not still there.
Okay, let me explain this, guys.
Name me a country we have gone to war with where we're not still there.
You need to name that country.
Germany. We're not.
No, we got big insulation.
All right. You guys want to be okay. You guys want to go down here this road? All right.
You're the one that said it.
I'm just saying.
A bunch of guys wearing pajamas whooped our ass in Vietnam.
No,
what are you talking about?
Because our soldiers were being held back by our weak ass fucking.
Held back? These motherfuckers don't even have no technology, man. bunch of guys with bamboo shoots and pajamas whipping our ass in straw hats.
Because we had laws that we had to follow by. You know, our soldiers just can't go out killing
What are you talking about?
We can't go out killing just anybody. We had laws saying that you got to shoot at us.
What the fuck were you doing there in the first place?
We were there to get the rubber off the trees. We were there to free.
That justifies us being there.
No,
and it wasn't our rubber anyway. It was Mitchell and Tire. French got the rubber there.
Well, we were there to free the people of Vietnam. All right,
just like from whom?
The evil communists. you know, come on now, the evil communists and socialist scum. All right.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
that's
make a good John Birch Society member.
Oh, stop! Please stop.
Because everybody who disagrees is a communist.
Please, I'm just trying.
I'm glad you said everything you said.
Will you quit, man?
I'm so glad.
This ain't a vindication of our conversation.
Okay, serious right here, right now. I want you right now in less than 15 seconds. Don't try to look it up or anything. Define for me right now, what is a liberal?
A liberal is a person that would take your money and give to degenerates that don't have no fucking ambition in life, just to ensure that you remain poor. That's a liberal. I didn't
ask you what a liberal would do. I said, what is a liberal?
Oh.
Give me the definition of the word liberal.
Basically, someone who's like would take.
Give me the definition for the word conservative.
Well, conservatives.
You can't do it, dude. And that's my thing. They throw these terms out. People get into fights over it.
Yeah.
And when you actually ask them the definition, they can't even define the word. That's how fucked up this society is.
But that's by design, though. Can't we agree on that? That's by design.
I don't care whether it's by design or not. My point is, so now that I've said that, define communism.
Well, they're atheist scumbags.
Oh. So everybody who's an atheist scumbag is a communist?
Well, typically, yeah.
I'm sorry?
I mean, typically, yeah. I'm not going to.
Everybody who's an atheist scumbag is a communist.
Well, yeah, they want fucking goodies. They want fucking this kumbaya shit that would never ever happen.
I'm going to help you out here. Now, every communist may be an atheist, but does that make every atheist a communist?
No, not necessarily.
But that's what you just said.
Yeah. Well, don't you agree, dude?
In other words, what I'm trying to say is we get wrapped around these labels because that's how you dehumanize people.
Yes, I will admit to that. And that leads to the death.
Hey, we're getting somewhere here. But I'm a radical. Don't worry about me. I'm a radical.
You quit.
What I'm just saying is it's amazing how people go to war in another country because they're fighting communism, but they don't even know what the word communism means.
But communism's not good for our mindset. It means that
what does that have to do with our country? They weren't trying to fuck with us.
Well,
why can't they do with their country what the hell they want?
Because
like somebody coming over here and attacking us because they don't like Trump in the White House?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, but we can go invade some country over there because they got rubber plantations. Oh, okay. I get it.
Please stop. It's not that simple, folks.
But that's what you just said.
I'm just saying that, listen.
You said we are number one. We are the greatest. And I'm asking you, what are we the greatest at? And then you had to bring up this military crap. So I just reminded you we got our ass whipped by a bunch of guys in pajamas.
But that's all because we were held back by our political.
Held back? And I asked you, what the hell were you doing there in the first place?
We were there to free the people. You know, from communism, kind of.
Oh, okay. And they asked you to come free them from communism.
Well, they're propaganda.
All, do you know what the majority of the population in that country was before we went over there and fucked it up?
French.
They were Buddhists. Buddhist is a religion. Therefore, they couldn't be fucking communists.
Oh my God.
That just blew your theory out the water right there.
That's horrible.
I'm glad you came on today, Mark. That's all I got to say.
Whatever, man.
Somebody interrupted me while I was touching myself watching Kerry Washington. What the hell is that? Come on. I touch myself. I want you to know. I don't want anybody else.
You're painting a horrible picture.
I touch myself. Oh.
You're painting a horrible picture of what America's supposed to be standing for, though, brother.
I mean, the flashback of being a wannabe white American again. Forgive me.
You quit.
So I'm just saying, why you say we went over there to fight communism?
Yes.
The majority of the people, that's why you saw Buddhist monks setting themselves on fire.
Oh my! I can't talk about the Buddhists because obviously they're pacifists.
We went over there because the Chinese was trying to take over. The communist Chinese were trying to take over Vietnam, right?
Right.
The Vietnamese and the Vietnamese don't even like the Chinese.
Why?
So the communists, there were no Chinese communists in Vietnam.
Well, they were in Korea, right up the street from
They
there.
were?
Yeah.
Before or after we went over there?
Well, of course, after we went over there, they, you know.
So we went over there to stop them, but they didn't get there until we got there. Okay.
Oh my God, bro. You know, I'm sorry, guys. I hope y'all understand. You know,
Mike's
listen.
killing him softly.
No, just have a little faith in what I'm saying, guys. It does pan out in the end. Listen, all right.
I'm gonna make this very simple for you. You show me a country the United States invades, and I will show you a country that the population is either not white or not so-called Christian.
Oh God. Well,
anything else is bullshit.
Grenada.
They're not white. Oh, I'm sorry. You wouldn't know that, huh?
Well, stop it. We did attack Germany.
We didn't attack. We never declared war on Germany.
What, during World War II we had? Okay, I got you. Because of their pact with Japan, we didn't have.
Thank you very much.
Okay. But
and then we brought them all over there.
Will you stop with the Operation Paperclip?
That ain't the only operation. In 1994, more than 40% of the U.S. population bragged about being of German descent.
Damn. Well, I can't really speak on that. All right.
I got a question for you, Mark. What do you?
No. Name me a country that we've invaded that wasn't either majority of the population was either not white or not so-called Christian.
Bosnia, 1994. We
didn't
protected
invade Bosnia.
Yes, we did. We went in there with NATO to protect the Serbs.
Bosnia has a large Muslim population. When the Soviet Union collapsed, the Christians and the Muslims went back to fight each other.
Okay.
Under communism, and really, Russia's not wasn't even communist back then. Remember, they called it Soviet Republic, which was socialism, USSR.
Yes.
So they weren't even communist back then. But when you have a common enemy, the Muslims and the damn Christians say, well, screw these guys, let's fight together. But once the damn Soviet Union collapsed, as they called it, the Muslims and the Christians went back to fighting each other.
All right. Well, I got one.
And we didn't. You want to know why we went into Bosnia?
Why?
Because the heroin was no longer coming down the Danube River. After we left, the heroin was flowing down the Danube River again.
Man, stop making us sound like a bunch of heroin peddlers. Antarctica. We got bases on Antarctica. Nobody down there to fuck with, but we invaded that.
Who invented heroin?
It was a German physicist or
Bayer Aspirin, which now owns Monsanto.
Yep.
Oh,
I live right up I live probably 5 minutes away from the old Monsanto Science Corporation division. It's got the bear signs all over.
So do you have 4 balls?
Excuse me?
Do you have only 2 balls or 4? Because I would imagine living that close, there's probably all kind of it's not that DNA you want to spread and leave on the planet.
It's a corporate office. They just do the paperwork there.
Speak
how? Listen, guys.
You got 88 on your damn car too, don't you?
Oh, you quit it. You quit it, man.
Everybody go out and buy an Oldsmobile 88.
He's a pit bull.
Right here in the United States, they throw that shit right in your face and nobody asks, why would they have an Oldsmobile 88?
We know why, but that's...
But you have commercials that go, I like the Sprite in you. They don't even know what the word Sprite means.
Disemboweled spirit. Disemboweled spirit.
Well, you'll be buying Christmas toys on the 25th and having your children sitting on some white Catholic boy's perverted lap in the mall.
Will you stop? Will you stop?
The Sprite, Teutonic Sprite.
Oh my God! Listen, guys. No matter
You
what.
probably eat Lucky Charms too, because they're magically delicious.
Quit it.
Hey, Mark, what do you
Little
think?
leprechaun.
Hey, Mark, what do
I
you
got
think
little
of?
banshee bastards around here all the time. See, the great thing about living alone, I know where I put everything. So I know damn well when I can't find something, these little bastards are hiding stuff. Because my grandmother used to say, the devil hide it to make you sin.
Oh God.
Mark,
I'm serious.
Mark, I got a question for you. What do you think about? What's your opinion on the white population in this country not being able to reproduce itself?
Well, I don't know if that's true. It's just that they, most of the time, generally speaking, depending on the educational level and the economic stability of the family,
Right.
they choose work over having children.
Right.
And
'Cause
then
they
when
want
you wait
money.
later in life to have a child, it's more difficult for a woman to have a child, or the man, his sperm now is having defects in it.
Oh, God.
So it's not a matter of them not being able to have children. They choose not to have children. While brown people are supporting the Catholic Church and having babies, white folks are on the pill but call themselves Catholic.
Wow.
You can't put some girl on the pill at the age of 12, then all of a sudden when she's 35 and now she wants to have a baby and expect her body all of a sudden to go, okay, let's have a baby.
Right. Right.
So it's not a matter of not being able to have it. People make choices.
And it impacts them in a negative
Now,
way.
that's some women, you just look at them to get pregnant, man.
Yeah. But that's why I want to segue into, because we had to start having more babies on Earth.
What?
Yes, we have to have more babies on Earth to ensure that humanity goes towards
The
the
millennial generation.
future. Man, I ain't tripping
the
on them.
millennial
I'm talking about everybody needs
That's
to be
what I'm talking
fucking and
about.
having babies.
That's what I'm
Period.
talking about. The
Let me ask you a
millennial
question.
generation is
Is
the
just having a child
biggest
based on
generation.
the fact that you can afford to have a child, or you just having a child so you can spread your DNA out there because you're so vain?
I think
Stop
it's what
it.
you just
That's a
said.
setup question.
I
That's
think
a
it's a
setup
setup
question.
Question.
That's a because
Because you are no different than the evangelicals like Mike Pence who says, oh, by the way, do you have any daughters?
you quit, man. I'm
Do you have
no.
any daughters?
Yes, I have 3.
So if your daughter gets raped,
Oh, somebody's
she
dying.
has to have that baby because God intended for her to get pregnant.
Stop it, Mark. Now you stop.
That's what Mike Pence says. And when you get this boy Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court, that's what he's going to rule on.
Yep, because it's all his plan.
The Heritage Foundation. All right. Now listen, guys. You know, I mean,
And Alec.
a lot of
There's
things.
a whole bunch of them. Heritage Foundation, Alec. There's a whole bunch of them. I'm just saying that's their mentality. Now they don't have a problem for stopping you from killing the baby, but once the child's born, they won't help you raise the baby.
Well, we do have food stamps and WIC and
Food stamps? Do you hear yourself? Oh, by the way, most of those programs are being cut out, so they won't have food stamps.
okay.
These are
But we
the
still
Section 8.
hold on, guys. We still have to have faith in humanity.
We do?
Yes, someone will rise
Why?
up. Because
The intellectual elite believe the only people that should reproduce are the ones who are the intellectual elite.
yes, and that's what I'm totally against.
Everybody else, eradicate them.
Yes,
Useless eaters.
yes. Those elites are the ones that are killing humanity as a whole. And when we face
Useless eaters. We don't need you now. We got AI.
no, we do need human. We do need human.
Why?
Yes.
The robots are smarter.
Well,
Stronger,
the robot,
reliable.
the
Don't
robot.
ever take a sick day.
No,
Don't want vacation time. Don't work overtime and don't complain about it. What the fuck I need you for?
because a robot cannot go in your house and do drywall. A robot can't,
Bullshit.
you know,
I don't
do.
know what world you living in.
I'm just
You go
saying.
over to Japan and you got damn robots doing everything a human being can do.
Well,
And that's part of the reason why their population can't reproduce.
yeah, because they fucking these robots and doing all this sick, twisted shit. Listen, man, there's only
Can't
one.
reproduce or they choose not to reproduce.
I think they choose not to because they're with the
That's
robots.
not what he said though. He made it sound like they're unable to.
Because they're preoccupied with the stupid shit. We gotta get back to the human
Well, make up your
relationship.
mind. First you said that they can't do the damn inside the walls. I tell you they can, then you're gonna go switch it to something else. I'm telling you, they don't need humans anymore.
But they
Fuck
do. They do.
I said more than 40 years ago, please just give me 15 minutes in the room with all the launch signals for the missiles. I'd launch every one of those things.
Oh, God, no. God, no.
Let's start this whole ball of confusion all over again.
No, we already done that. It don't work. We have to fix.
We all learned, so we got to do it again.
But we have to fix.
You saw the Matrix.
We have to fix what we got going now. Is what I'm screaming. We fix it.
Let's finish this ride while we're still enjoying it. I don't want to be all miserable in a sea of contaminated muck when they decide to finally finish it.
No,
I don't want to wait till them dumbasses in Israel cause that war against all Muslim nations by messing with the rock in the temple.
Oh God, no! Why did you mention that?
I don't want to be around for the gnashing of the teeth.
Stop it, man!
You talk about all these children. You better read your Bible, because woe to the women with children being born in that time period.
Stop, Mark! Stop! Stop!
There'll be a lot of suffering. The last thing you want to. Hey, look at all these refugees trying to come across here. When they do make it here, we take their babies from them.
Yep.
I can't.
Now, when you read about what happened in Nazi Germany, the same thing is going on right now, and nobody's talking about it.
But that's because people are scared.
But when you start off by saying "but," that's a problem right there.
People are scared, man.
They should be scared. Look who you got in the White House. Because if Trump goes, you're gonna have Pence.
Yes.
That boy is serious.
Yes.
To Trump, this is a joke. Pence is an ideologue.
Oh my God. People are scared.
I love HDTV because when I look at him, he doesn't even look human. He looks like an insect.
Stop.
I'm serious.
Look, we can change the tide.
Chalky, melanin challenge, white skin with them eyes. He looks like he looks like an alien, man.
We can change this though, Mark. If we unite.
Yeah, we can change the system.
We can.
Change the system. Everybody needs to keep fucking everybody, and there won't be no individual ethnicity. We will all be the same ethnicity.
Well, there's people against that.
I don't even use that term race.
There's people against that. They use the Bible to justify the races being separate. So
the government want us to interbreed so they can phase people that look like us three out.
No, we're the dominant.
The only thing that's slowing them down is white males and black women.
What do you mean?
Because they don't want black males sleeping with white women, but they prefer black females to sleep with white men to eliminate people that look like us. They can't go around rounding us up like they did in Nazi Germany.
Black woman, black child. White man, black woman, black child.
Yes.
Black man, white woman, black child.
Yes. So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. They don't want to sleep. They don't
kicking ass.
Yes, they don't want no interbreeding. That's why you gotta be suspicious when whoever's talking about let's keep the races separate, because that only empowers the people who genetically.
There's only one race, and that's human.
Yes.
This is how you see. These are the words they use to divide you.
Yes.
In the past, you were identified by the country you came from.
Right.
All of a sudden, now you're identified by a hue, because first of all, black's not even a color. That's a shade. White's not a color, that's a shade.
Yes.
And very few people that you call black are actually black. They're usually some shade of brown.
Right.
And white folks are pink and whatever else. But, we use these terms. They're not even a correct term to describe people.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Dr. Jane Battlelord told us this.
And that's reality. Art tells you this. Black and white are tints, are hues. Colors are the greens, the blues, the reds, the yellows. That's color.
Up until the early 1900s, Italians and Irish were getting lynched because they were called niggers.
Wow.
When they learned to say, hey, no, we're white, then all of a sudden they got accepted.
Wow.
People used to be identified by the countries they came from.
Yes.
Not by, in fact, in other countries, they don't even call you black or white. See, that's a so-called, as you say, American. That's an American thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. What do they call us in other countries?
In England, though. Well,
I know.
I should say the UK. Because the UK believes in the sun shall not set on the empire, which means they got to control all parts of the world, so it will always be the sun up.
Right. But that
until the UK went into other countries, a lot of these countries had no problem. I've got videos of even the Weeping Wall. It's Muslims, Jews, Christians got along just fine until the British went over there with their Balfour Declaration and all their bullshit. Oh, but see, most people are so stupid, they think Israel's always been the way it is now. That didn't come around until 1944.
Right.
And what they're doing on the Gaza Strip and over there in damn and the Golan Heights and stuff, people don't even want to know. All you need to know about Israel is this: who provided South Africa with most of their weapons?
Israel.
During apartheid.
Was it Israel?
There you go. So what does that tell you?
And it's
So
like,
see, we're so stupid and ignorant, we don't even realize those people on the Gaza Strip look as we do.
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
But then most Muslims look as we do. That's why I like that one movie with Kevin Costner about Robin Hood, because Morgan Freeman played in that movie, which is why that movie wasn't very popular. They didn't like that one, too, because Morgan Freeman was a Muslim. He's the one that saved Robin Hood.
So the reality is what's going on.
Reality? Whose reality?
Well, the people who are the propagandize this, the people who are putting these false tropes and images.
Propagating ISIS. You mean the organization that was created by a white Jewish guy?
Oh,
Or at least a guy who calls himself Jewish, because he probably didn't even go to a synagogue, so he's probably using the term Jewish as an ethnicity. But, you know, they think they can be born a Jew, and I thought Judaism was a religion. But go ahead.
well, the reason why that propaganda is so important is, once again, you kill the image of your target. So therefore, when it's time to actually literally kill the target, the common citizen will be
I have
able
a
to.
question for you. When's the last time you heard anybody talk about ISIS?
Oh, it's been a minute. It's been a while. For real.
And this is what I'm trying to tell you. They hit you with something new every week. That's psychological warfare.
But it
They
should.
had you thinking that Omarosa was the end of the world.
Yeah.
Every week you get hit with something new. They bombard you with that for a week, and then boom, something else.
Well, that's
That's
just.
what Hitler did during the damn 30s and 40s, man.
Oh, but that's just to desensitize us.
And then people shut down, and then they stop listening to anything.
Yes.
Then you got them.
Oh God.
Yep.
That's
Too
where-
much information running through my brain. Too much information driving me insane.
Oh my God. It's truly is a brave
You
new
got so
world.
many channels on TV now that no one show does well because they can't get more than, you get 3 million viewers and you're a hit.
Oh shit.
Yep.
And since I don't have cable and I don't have satellite TV,
You're not
and I
missing
don't watch
nothing.
television at all unless I'm using it to play my videos,
You're not missing anything.
I just bought a damn new CD player and I can't even get AM radio stations on it. It only has FM. I'm like, what the hell?
Because they're wanting to basically.
Well, let me tell you something. If there's a natural
Battle.net.
disaster tomorrow, that FM station is not going to be the one providing me with the information I need from the emergency broadcast system.
It's the AM.
It's going to be an AM station.
Wow.
So
Wow.
if this CD player doesn't even provide me with an AM station,
You're fucked.
there you go.
You're fucked.
Doesn't matter anyway because they're going to make everything privatized, and you're going to have a smartphone, and then you have to pay money and subscribe to a private corporation to get updates on an emergency.
Oh my God.
That's the plan.
Damn, dude. Damn. This fucking damn. Listen, guys, we can
I don't
change
need to run
this.
you up. All I have to do is create a disaster, and then I have Trump send a message from the White House to all your smartphones and tell you where to go voluntarily.
Holy shit.
You'll
Man.
come to me. I don't have to come to your neighborhood and round you up.
No.
The Germans would have killed for this. All you Jews, just come on down to Auschwitz.
Our highways were designed for rapid mobilization of U.S. Armed Forces vehicles. It
Yes.
wasn't designed for you to drive on it. Our highways were designed based on the Autobahn. Why was the Autobahn built?
So that we can move the Weimar throughout the empire.
There you go. Rapid deployment of German vehicles throughout Germany.
And the train system played a major role. Oh my gosh, man. This is so depressing, dude. Because I can't think of
Depressing, why?
It's called reality.
because I can't think of a logical explanation to defute and say that everything's gonna be all good, guys. after talking to Mark.
Kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya.
We get clear. I want to lead the people with hope. You know.
I'll give them some hope.
Okay. Good.
You want some hope?
Yes.
Tomorrow's not promised to any of us.
Oh, God.
Treat your family with respect. Don't go to bed angry at each other, because nothing's worse than for somebody to die in the middle of the night and you didn't even tell them you love them.
Oh, gosh,
Stop disrespecting your family. Stop putting so much of your personal business on social media sites. Stop going on the internet to seek answers when you got elders in your own family and neighborhoods who've already lived through this and will not lie to you based on some information you don't even know who put it out there and what their agenda is.
Wow.
That's hope.
Wow.
Hope. Listen to colored boys like me who lived during the Jim Crow era, and I'm still here. Because when you look at what Donald Trump and them are doing now and seeing what they're doing, because people in my generation didn't pass that knowledge down to their children. They made them all think everything is hunky-dory now and everything is fine and those days are gone forever. They haven't taught their children any survival skills to how to survive the next time it comes around. Because it always comes around.
Oh, shit.
If you live long enough, you'll see the same thing repeating itself over and over again.
Oh, shit. And that's the depressing bit.
There's nothing new here. Like I said, those who don't study history are condemned to repeat it.
Yes, unfortunately. By hook or
So
crook.
if people go back and study, don't make the mistake that the German population did by saying, oh, it's not going to happen here. It couldn't happen here. We got a constitution.
Yes.
Oh, they wouldn't really do that.
Yep.
Don't be one of the people 50 years from now where your grandchild goes, what did you do when Trump and those guys took over the country?
Holy shit. Holy shit, he did not say that.
We put on the pussy hat.
He did not say that. He did not just say that, guys.
But it's coming. That question is coming.
I don't do radio shows anymore because I've been warning people about this since the damn 90s. It's here now. So now I don't bother telling people anything. Which reminds me. It's been way too long since I've seen Kerry Washington kissing his white boy, so I'm out of here.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Wow. What?
There you go, folks.
Wow.
No more emails. Mark's breathing.
He's alive. He's doing his thing.
Himself.
From the other morning show.
So
he's here. He's doing his thing, guys. Please
hopefully,
support him. Support Carl Nelson. Oh my God, dude.
Hopefully no more emails asking where Mark is. He's safe.
He's safe.
You heard the man's voice.
Yes, sir.
And there you go.
And not only did you hear the man's voice, this was not scripted. Once again.
No.
This was totally real and organic. We start talking to the Honorable Dr. Jason Nichols. NSA fucked up her phone call. True Power's like, fuck that. We're going to make this shit happen. And I reached out to Mark from Anaheim. Oh, first I reached out to Brother Ron from We All Be TV. He didn't pick up. So I reached out to Mark from Anaheim because of a listener in the chat room said, fuck it, call Mark. Call this brother. And I called him for Yow. And he answered the call. Dude, I was not expecting to have Mark on the show before
Mark was on for
November 8th, the Carl Nelson show. Guys, check out, download the Carl Nelson web app, download his show, people, and let's get on point. You know, I want to thank both of our great guests tonight, Dr. Nicholson and Mark from Anaheim, because both of these alpha male brothers did not have to come on the show tonight. But they did out of love for you guys. They did out of love for you. And I'm just so thankful to be a tool in that process.
And this has been the Other Morning Show.
I'm TruePowerIsMine.
I'm Dimebag Darley.
And we out.
Peace.
Peace.
My shit's been buffering the whole time since Mark came on the phone.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Hold on. It's trying to reconnect and then I'll stop it.